And I suppose I should actually start the recording for the YouTube people. We'll see how much this computer handles that recording and streaming at the same time. I've done it a couple times, but I figure if I'm going to be making live content, I might as well actually throw it up on YouTube eventually. So let me actually make sure I'm also overclocking my RAM here. There it goes. Good old MSI Afterburner. I found out long after I built my computer that I should have got faster RAM because I have an AMD CPU. And I play a lot of Total War games, and I realized I should not have had an AMD CPU at all. Yeah, no. It's rough, but it's okay, you know. I'm not doing anything different, and frankly, if I weren't streaming, I'd just be, you know, sitting here thinking about it, so. But I've finally started getting a grasp on this game, and I really wanted to show it off because, honestly, Creative Assembly really knocked it out of the park with this game. There are so many, like, complex mechanics, and I wanted to kind of take the day to show them off a little bit. I haven't tested my audio balance too much. Let me know how it is, by the way. If the game's overbearing, or if I'm so overbearing the game is totally inaudible. As usual, I have you guys hearing about 6 decibels less than I hear, so it should be quieter than what I hear. In my ears, I'm competing a little bit, so I might turn that down. There we go. Yeah, that's why I know that I'm actually sick. I usually don't go up above 100 either. And it all hit me all at once, and I think the reason might be is because I had to go grocery shopping on Friday in public. You know, I took all the precautions, but you know, sometimes that's not enough, and 5 days is pretty much exactly the incubation period for COVID. So I'm going to get tested tomorrow, and hopefully I don't have it. Hopefully I do not. But I feel a bit better. I'm on an excessive amount of ibuprofen. But I just pulled up this campaign because I just want to show off where I am in one campaign so we can pull up the new one and see how crazy the expansion can get. So the end goal, how do I best explain this? We're going to play as vampire counts today, specifically Vlad von Karstein and his vampiress mistresses, and Isabella von Karstein, his prime vampiress mistress. The vampires start out the gameplay as they start out as a fodder faction. You throw zombies at people, you throw skeletons at people. Like, elves start off with high quality units from the very beginning of the game. You don't. Vampires focus on having these forces that are very, very wimpy in the sense that they don't do a lot of damage. But they have 2 or 3 units in their armies that do a lot of damage. So you basically, you tar pit everything. You tar pit everything important in their army, and then you take all of your important units and you cut them apart incisively. What I like to go for is, as soon as I can, instead of having a few surgical units, my entire army is all power units. Which doesn't even always work the best sometimes, but for example, this army is vampires, dragons, feral vampires, orcs, fucking orcs, man. I will say I'm not a huge fan of how the orcs look in Warhammer. I'm too used to Tolkien, you know, to take them seriously, but there's a few. I like Grimgor, I think, looks pretty cool. I like how he looks. I like the orcish armor appearance. Some of those can be pretty neat. I've grown to respect the Warhammer look to things more than I used to. The other notable thing about vampire campaigns is that it focuses a lot on corruption. So you see we have 92% vampiric corruption in the settlement. You need a lot of corruption to be able to move your troops freely through territory. But if you don't have much corruption, your troops will take attrition damage while you try to walk through those territories, so you need to spread it. And you spread it through various buildings and through characters, like witch houses and your vampires. My favorite thing to do is to get these resources called blood kisses, which you get through vassalizing factions, assassinating characters, and such. And I like to use those and put them all into the blood dragon tree, which makes my lords immune to untainted attrition. Meaning that my vampires can roam through the world freely. Yeah, I heard about the fungi thing with orcs, like literally just a few days ago. So we're gonna start a new Vlad campaign, and we're gonna go for those two things. Those are the first things we're gonna strive for: is more vampires in our armies and more blood kisses to be able to make the campaign faster. This campaign, I've really taken my time with it to understand the mechanics, and it's near turn 200, and like I was mostly screwing around for the most part. I could have been taking it a lot more seriously. Like, for example, I would just let people take my settlements while I was doing other stuff because I just didn't care. I was like, you know what, it'd be more fun to go kill elves. So we want the Mortal Empires campaign.
We must preserve this world.
We are not going to preserve this world. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry.
The von Karstein.
No, okie dokie. I maybe should have put the stream into 30 frames per second instead of 60. I've got it at 3,500 kilobytes per second at 720p to make it hopefully watchable for just about anyone. But it's always hard to gauge that stuff. I don't know what other people's internet are like. Should be fine though. So we'll start this, and I'll hopefully be able to explain more stuff as we get in there. It is a time of woe for those that suffer the curse of the living, as the two most powerful, the von Karstein, have been resurrected. Yet for once they are not at war with each other as yet, but the night is very definitely still young. Both Vlad and Manfred vie for possession of Castle Drakenhof, so now the midnight aristocracy's reign of terror is doubled. First Sylvania will be secured, with the mortal lands to swiftly follow. The knife ears. Did you just name, like, pretty much every race? Except for elves.
Glory to you, Vlad.
I do enjoy the Wood Elf units a lot. I like how they look. I love the appearance of them, and because you know I love the Lothlorien elves specifically of Tolkien, more so than I care for the elves of Rivendell or the elves of the elves of Mirkwood. Really like, you know, Jesus Christ, I can't remember her name right now. Galadriel. And the realm of Lothlorien, but high elves, you know, they're okay. They're all right.
Who wishes the red kiss?
So, von Karstein, Vlad von Karstein, starts off in an odd position. Manfred von Karstein starts off with control of Castle Drakenhof, which is pretty much the most important building, the most important city for the vampires, period. There isn't a more important city. Not at the start of the game, anyways. So we kind of want to take it as fast as humanly possible. That would be best for us, and it's not that hard to do it. Total War tends to start you off in advantageous starting positions to be able to take something. I mean, if you look, we can actually go attack the Moot over here on turn 1. We can easily take it. And I think that may be what Creative Assembly wants you to do. It's possible that they want you to go, you know, go take the Moot, then probably move south into Grensdotz or move west into Avangard or whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember. There's a city over there. But no, we're gonna murder our vampiric brethren. Do we want to build anything this turn? We start off with this level 3 Abyssal Wood here, and it gives us the ability to recruit Vargeists. Vargeists are incredible. I always have Vargeists in my army. They have tons of health. They have the hunger. They restore hit points per second when in combat. They have frenzy, so they do more damage while their health is high, or while their morale is high, rather. And of course, one of the biggest things that they'll have is that as a result of being in Vlad's army, every single one of these units will have Vanguard deployment, which means that basically when we start every single battle, we're going to be right up in our enemy's face, which is hilarious.
Darkness comes.
So we have these two heroes, our vampire heroes here.
I thirst.
They specialize in different kinds of magic. For example, Emmanuel Posner here specializes in shadow magic, which I don't value too much, but it's not terrible. She gets some like debuffs, some nice debuffs where, you know, people, they move slower, they reload slower, less melee attack and defense. The Penundral Pendulum is one of her primary damage dealing magics, and it's okay. I'm just not good enough to use it well. Pit of Shades is better, in my opinion. It does a decent amount of armor piercing damage. So if you go up against an enemy that has tons and tons of armor, Pit of Shades doesn't really care. So it's great to use on like knights and such. And I've noticed that like if units get caught in this magic spell, they usually can't get out of it either. They have trouble running away once it hits them, which is great. But it's not really a killer in the same way that Melissa's ability is here. So she gets the death tree, I believe. So she gets Spirit Leech, which means she can cast some just straight up damage. 75% chance to deal 150 damage to one entity per second, 2250 max damage. I believe I'm seeing these stats because I am playing with Grimhammer. I do like SFO, that mod. It rebalances combat a bit, and I enjoy that. I enjoy the combat's a little fast for me for default. But I will say Warhammer and Warhammer 2 are the first two Total War games I've played in a very long time, that like since Rome Total War. They don't need mods. They really don't. Most of what I have on this game, unlike when I played Rome 2, like Rome 2 I have modded out to the gills. This game, all I have is mostly graphical mods for the most part. But Doom and Darkness reduces the enemy's leadership, so they're more likely to run away. Soulblight, I never use, but it seems like some kind of debuff. Aspect of the Dread Knight increases a unit's morale and causes them to cause terror, which can make a unit temporarily run away. But most importantly, the Purple Sun of Xerius. This spell. This is maybe one of my favorite spells in the game. It costs everything. It'll cost all of your magic to use this just a couple of times, but when you hit someone with it, it reduces their magic resistance for starters, so it's going to hit them harder once it touches them. And it does AP damage. It doesn't do quite as much, but it just kills people. People just die. Like, when I hit people with Pit of Shades, it takes their health down. When I hit people with the Purple Sun, they're just dead. As she cackles maniacally. So we'll be seeing Melissa here probably get 800, 900 kills in battles against the Empire once she's nice and leveled up. And that'll be great. It really only stops working out against, like, elves, you know, small unit entities, like only 15 soldiers in a unit. It just doesn't work as well. So I probably want to construct something. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a gibbet. That'll increase our public order in the area and get us a little bit of extra income per turn, which will be nice. Do I care about corpse pile? I do. I'm going to be constructing these defensive buildings probably more than is wise and probably hurting my economy. You can see in the upper left there, of course, that it is reducing my tax rate. But it gives me extra troops to defend the settlement. And, man, vampire settlements are really, really poorly defended. They they're like paper. They just go down instantly.
Before me.
I'm just gonna march right into Manfred's land here.
Darkness comes.
We'll see what he does. If he decides to sit in Drakenhof, maybe we'll go after the Tempelhof faction first. Let's take a look at our research tree. What do I want to go down here first? I usually like this tree. You get a free blood kiss out of the first tech here. You get extra growth, which is extremely important for vampires, because they get a lot of income through their main settlement buildings, like this shady township here. And it requires growth to upgrade these buildings. And of course, once you upgrade the buildings, you get extra slots to put more buildings in. So it kind of lends itself. You want more growth, and that's probably what I'll go for. And then, of course, extra vampiric corruption, which we discussed a little bit earlier. Now, there's something to be said about this tree. The Book of Arcan is a really good tree because it allows you to reduce the recruitment cost for zombies. So your zombies are almost free. And then it allows you to reduce the upkeep of zombies. Minus 50%, they're basically going to cost you, by endgame, 16 magic per turn. And we're going to be, raking in 10,000, 15,000 at some point. So they'll be basically free, but by the time we get here, I don't know. I only run maybe 4 or 5 zombies in an army to tar pit everything down, and zombies are not expensive in the first place. They're 45 upkeep. This only starts lending itself to be effective once you have like a whole bunch of zombies. And also, I don't tend to recruit zombies either. I tend to use the Raise Dead function, which is the separate recruitment that vampires have available to them. And I don't think the recruitment cost reduction here counts for that, but I could be wrong. The Liber Necronomica is really good because, remember we were talking about vampiric corruption and taking casualties while running through non-vampire territory. That's useful, but we're going to try to not have that happen anyways. Genesis of the Vampire counts. I mean, it has some growth, has some Lord Recruit rank. That's good. But, not what I'm going to focus on right now. Leadership for Dire Wolves and Fellbats, I don't give a shit. So we're going to go for the Book of Blood to get our free Blood Kiss and our growth later on.
King of Darkness.
It's possible I should have just sat on the border here instead of moving into Manfred's territory. He may sit on top of Drakenhof now. I think Vlad can kick his butt, though, especially with all the heroes we get for free. Do we want to do diplomacy? I don't think I care.
Come, but do not assume that as we share a bloodline, thou shalt not be shackled to mine will.
That's a cute joke, Manfred. That's a cute joke. So you notice, even though he really doesn't like us, we could get a non-aggression pact at the beginning of the game. It's almost like he's required to get one with us, even though he does not really like us at all. So if you wanted to pursue that, yeah, you could. You could pursue that, but we're not going to. Vampires don't want to share power. I'm not going to share Sylvania with this half-breed. I am the one true von Karstein. The Empire, my claim is the truest. Jesus, yeah. It's true. Manfred is more powerful than Vlad, to me. In my other campaign, I have Vlad fully spec'd out. He does very little magic. He just does Raise Dead. And then he's fully spec'd out as a melee combatant. And he's not bad. He's not purely a better melee combatant than everyone else, though. Like, he still gets his butt kicked by Lewin Leoncoeur of Bretonnia easily. Lewin just wipes the floor with him. But I mean, he can sustain himself by healing. He has buffs that he can place on himself. You know, once he does those, he can hold his own against most of the legendary lords. And indeed, he ends up being a pretty good sniper. He's a good duelist, is what he ends up doing, mostly. Because he has fairly high melee attack and defense. He has good hit reaction to deal with. He's just in general, basically how I use him every single combat is he immediately charges the enemy faction, the leader, and he just duels them.
Lord of the Night.
You know, I'm pretty sure when you eliminate any faction, you're supposed to get their legendary lords, but for some reason, I don't remember seeing Manfred in my last campaign as an option. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Blood!
Manfred's angry. Yeah.
I want their soul.
Maybe you need to personally kill him. You're probably right. It probably is Confederation only. So this battle shows that we have very low chances of winning, but that's not true, really. They have a couple of Vargeists as well. They have some Crypt Ghouls. I don't really suspect we'll have that much trouble with this. I mean, it's not going to be a free victory, don't get me wrong, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power units. They have 2. And I do count my Vargeists as power units, in my arrogant opinion. I gotta remember, my Vampiresses, they can't fly yet. Not yet. Soon, TM, but not yet. Only one-sided city defenses? You mean like this right here, where you're defending like a facade of the city? Not really. No. I do have a mod. This is one of the only other gameplay change mods I have. I have GCCM, which adds some new settlement maps, and I think some of those have multi-sided settlements. Game's gonna run real poorly on this map for me because Drakenhof just runs like garbage. It's such a cool city though, cool city design. I'm not sure if this is a GCCM map or if this is vanilla. I don't think I played a Vlad campaign vanilla, honestly. I think I just played as Manfred. It's cool. You got, I guess, what are these, like charnel pits? Got the really cool towers up there. I actually get some of my frame rate back when I look at these towers. Fantastic. Frame rate boosting towers. You have this like keep in here with this infernal statue, I guess. It's over the top and ridiculous, which is what Warhammer does so well. Doesn't take itself too seriously. Alright. Lord of the Dead. Indeed. Which side do I want to attack here? Straight one, not straight one. Straight one, not straight one. The magic of frames. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to send all the zombies in the universe at them. And, I want Vlad to actually participate in melee as soon as possible because he can heal himself, so he can just put himself out there and be fine. And I think the vampires might do the same. They're going to be the easiest for me to maintain with heals because they're single unit entities, and single unit entities have the greatest benefit from being healed. We'll put these behind so they don't get shot too much by the fortifications, which the fortifications are nothing really, let's be honest. Put our bats here. We'll put our Vargeist behind those for cover. And of course our Blood Knights are just going to chill. I'll probably send them out in a bit to attack the gates. But we're not getting those gates down anytime soon. The Blood Knights really are not going to participate much this fight. And they never do for city battles. I don't like that organization. I did it wrong. Vargeist go last. I need to be able to access those quickly. There we go. Get my Air Force in the back here. Okay. That's how we're going to do it. Start the battle. I'm just going to immediately pause because I'm a coward. This is not a climbable wall. Vlad is scared of the tombstones over there, I guess. I mean, sure. Just go over here. I don't want him stuck in a corner. That can go poorly. So you go here, and the other vampires, I'm actually just gonna have them sit right over here and wait for Vlad to put his ladders up, because I don't want them climbing separate ladders. These ladders are reserved for the other zombies who are going to be assisting. Our little assistants, yes they are, they're so cute. Here, you can attack the gate for what good it's worth. Very little. And yep, that's all we're gonna do for the moment. I don't really care about shooting anything else, to be honest. Huh. I guess those are special towers. It's because I'm getting too used to defending Altdorf in my other campaign. I keep defending this human city that has like just guaranteed human fortifications. I'm not used to the actual magic towers. The towers of great magic and power. You could even call them the Tower of Power. Too sweet to be sour. God damn it. Okay, now you can climb these walls. It is done. And whoever Vlad makes contact with here, we'll make sure we disable their melee, essentially. So we're going to use this Hex. The Skeleton Spearmen now have, if I check their details, they now have 0 melee attack. They should theoretically be doing 0 damage. So Vlad's just going to have fun for the next 30 seconds or so. Our poor, slow, stupid zombies. One of the graphical mods I have is Huvaric's reskin, and it adds these like nice, like you see, like these are Imperial zombies. They have a variety of weapons and armor. I love that. Oh yeah, of course. You know, well, you know, we're vampires. They're magical ladders. Ladders made of the bones of our fallen enemies, surely. Do I want to bother with, like, mystifying miasma? I guess. Sure. There you go. We'll nom on these skeleton spearmen, I suppose. Feels like the balance is a little loud, but I'm sure it's fine. Oh, fuck. Stupid fucking towers. They're hitting my blood knights. Well, that's no good. Go attack the gate. Show them your scorn. Put my bats up there. My vampire and Vlad should pretty much be able to single-handedly chew through this entire side, so there's no real concern here. You notice that the balance of power is very different than what it was estimating for the auto-resolve. You notice that? Once we get in the actual battle, the game looks at the stats again and it goes, hang on a minute, we might have made a mistake. I'm like, yeah, you fucking think? But surely the game's estimates couldn't be wrong. No. It's almost like the player knows better. Well, I do at this point anyways, you know. A longer time ago, when I was starting this game, I would have believed what the auto-resolve was telling me. But no longer, I have broken the shackles. They're never gonna break that gate down. I mean, 30 damage isn't bad. I've seen worse. Do not mock me. It's worth noting that your vampire heroes do not start with the hunger. So, keep that in mind. They're not healing themselves while they're fighting, so Vladdy boy here will have to manually heal them. We'll go ahead and Crypt Ghouls. That's a good unit to Hex. No more melee attack for those. We're gonna lose these zombies. I don't care. The zombies are there to die. That is their job. Their job is to die in ways which amuse me. Not sending in any power units yet. I'm intentionally holding back. I don't want the AI to send in their reserve of Vargeists and bats anytime soon. I'm lulling them into a false sense of security, you see. And of course, we're easily crushing these idiots. Not even a problem. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things, making sure nothing's going too disastrously. And when I feel like we can make a big enough difference, we'll swarm in with our Vargeist to just knock them down. Yeah, blood of the dead. You know, it's allegorical blood in that case then.
All shall bow before me.
Just you know, use your imagination. There's one actual vampire in each unit. That's what they're feeding on.
Blood von Karstein.
Blood frenzy.
They get to carry in their own goblets of blood, and every time they get a kill, they're allowed to take a sip out of the goblet, and their discipline is just that great that they don't do it unless they get a kill. Yep. Oh yeah, they know these gates are about to go down, so they're sending spearmen. Spearmen have anti-large. They do extra damage against large units. Large units in Warhammer are in Warhammer Total War are any entities that are larger than a horse. So these small cavalrymen, they count as being large. Doesn't seem that large in the grand scheme of things when you think of mammoths and, you know, Vargeists and dragons, but they count. That's the gates broken. We will send the zombies in first to occupy those spearmen, and the Blood Knights can just chill. Now, I don't know much about Warhammer lore, but I know about vampires retreating into catacombs. That's what the Strigoi, right? The kind of like crypt ghoul ones, which are associated, I guess, with actual crypt ghouls. I don't actually know. I have no idea how much this game distorts the lore to work as a game. I imagine enough to make some people upset. Well, we have the gates down. We have a lot of units that are ready to rout. I think we might consider sending in the Vargeist soon. Especially because these crypt ghouls here are gonna just blow through these zombies. We're gonna send our skeletons up, get them prepped for going in, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and send in one of our Vargeists, I think. After we do a cast. Let us cast. Strong binding, strong binding. Let's see if we can get this unit to crumble. Here we go. Let's go for it. And we're just occupying these units at the gate here. I'm not intending to beat them. All of the zombies are intended to die. I mean, if they don't, great. But if they do, well, that's what they're supposed to do, so. Make sure all my units are actively engaged. It sure doesn't look like one of them is. Vlad does not look like he's actually fighting. There we go. Those should be crumbling soon. And if not, they're just going to die. There they go. So for those who do not know, morale for the vampires works differently than it does for other factions. For vampires, instead of running away when they lose their morale, they instead crumble, which means their binding is weak, their necromantic power has diminished, and they just can't hold their ground anymore, so they just fall into dust. All right, sounds good, man. XCOM files. Take it easy. Have yourself a nice evening. All right. Let's move these boys around. We'll get that nice flank off. And let's move up these bats to get ready. Get ready for some tomfoolery, shall we? We've got all our skeletons inside the city, so if they choose to bombard us here, they will lose heartily. And we can cast another one of these miasmas. I'm focusing our miasma on the crypt ghouls. The crypt ghouls are by far the most dangerous infantry on the battlefield. They have anti-infantry bonuses, and they also have poison, which debuffs your units as they hit them. So you don't want to deal with that if you can avoid it. I think my bats are going to get shot by these towers, which, whatever. It's okay. Let's go ahead and pull my bats up. They're not really going to engage unless their flying units decide to engage. Because bats kind of just melt instantly. Bats are really intended to tarp hit archers. That's what you usually want to use them for. Not to really kill anything, but to stop archers from killing you.
This world is
Is that my bats or their bats? They're just up. Don't be just up. Whatever. I guess they're flying. They're allowed to do that if they want. Good binding. These are weak binding. They may be ready to rout. Let's go ahead and send in the Vargeist. Yeah, they're ready to rout. Good, good, good.
face your fate.
I'm gonna save. Oh, they have other crypt ghouls. I did not spot those. Should have. Well, we'll send our zombies to make sure they don't stop me then. Good, good, good. The spearmen are crumbling, and our zombies are holding back their other crypt ghouls, so we're fine. And since the spearmen are going to go down soon, we'll send in our blood knights. They can start participating. And here we have the classic undead mosh pit, which a lot of vampire battles tend to kind of just descend into after a while. You know, it's just lots and lots and lots of bodies on one location. Common enough affair. Not a big deal. Going well so far. Our Mage of Death is a little low. We'll give her a healies. Heals for her feels. There you go. And as you can see, we took those 2 units down. They crumbled. And now we're gonna go ahead and take down these ghouls. Our leaders here are putting in a lot of the work. They're getting a lot of the kills. So you can see the very classic vampire style that I was talking about. Our zombies are doing very little. I mean, 48 kills is no small number, to be fair. But it's mostly the vampires themselves and the Vargeists that are raking in the damage. And that's how it's supposed to be, especially in the early game. For blood keep. Indeed. Let's go ahead and get a miasma on these. Miasma, you can see the description there. 25% chance to deal 7 damage to 18 entities per second. 1890 max damage. So it's not a guarantee exactly how much it'll do, but it is clearly kitted out to do damage to many people at once as opposed to a few quickly. And these will be ready for us to go ahead and jump in on them any second now. Once they go critical, we'll jump in. I keep seeing my leaders not fighting. We'll zoom in here. So you can see Vlad murdering these. Might actually minimize my game window. One of the things I've noticed is that when OBS is up and running in my other screen, sometimes my game will slow down. That happens in several games and it sucks. But it's okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there they go. Maybe a bit of a waste to send the Vargeist in at this point, but no, there they go. They're crumbling. That'll cause them to crumble as well. Everyone just pile in. Now, ideally, what I would like to do is, you know, one thing you could do, of course, is I could send all the bats in. I could send all of the Vargeists in, and we could duke it out in an aerial duel. But then, not everyone would be able to participate in that. So, ideally, what I'd prefer to do here is get my zombies and skeletons over there, and then have an aerial duel, or rather, force them down to the ground by sending my land units over there. Because if my land units take this victory point, we'll win anyways, once this timer ticks down. So they'll have to come down and fight my units on the ground, and as soon as they fight my units on the ground, they are trapped on the ground until they leave combat, at which point my Vargeists, my bats, Vlad, everyone will just eat them for breakfast. Especially Vlad. But it looks like they might want to send some of those in early. No, they did the thing. Good. This is a perfect chance for my Blood Knights. My Blood Knights have anti-large. Devastating charge and anti-large. So they are perfect to take on Vargheists, and they shall. And I'm also going to nerf the Vargheist attack damage with Vlad there. So of course this is going to spell doom for most of our zombies. But as I've said before, they were supposed to die. That's their job. And now the Vargheists are just getting swarmed by everything. I haven't even sent in my own Vargheist yet. My Blood Knights are doing so much damage and taking so little that they are healing themselves because my Blood Knights, of course, as vampires, have the hunger. They're regenerating their hit points. And they're nice and surrounded. They're going the hell down. We've essentially already won. Go ahead and cast off a heal on Emmanuel. And the game says it's a Pyrrhic victory because the game, for some reason, really wants me to care about these zombies. That's literally all that I lost. Zombies. But the game's like, no, you loser, you lost half your army. And I'm like, zombies have a trait that's literally called expendable. They're supposed to die. You fool. That's okay. Oh, that is Drakenhof under our control, which is fantastic. Easy get for the early game. And you need to know a few things before you do that. You need to know that your zombies, you can just let them die. That's their job. It's okay. You don't have to care about them. You need to know that your vampires, your heroes, are really good and they can just keep fighting that entire fight. You need to know to hold your Vargheists until later in the fight. You need to know not to use your bats too early. And you need to know, of course, not to trust the auto-resolve, which is wrong. Now, interestingly enough, I could vassalize Manfred, which might be a funny idea for one campaign, but not this campaign. For some reason, the game put my camera into the sea. That's not where I live. You bastard. So there's poor Manfred. He's probably gonna go commit suicide against me. We'll see. He may go take Eschen, maybe? I don't need another sinister cops, but I do need gold. Castle Drakenhof. Drakenhof is the sprawling ancestral fortress of the von Karstein bloodline. Ever since the coming of Vlad, it has been the de facto political center of Sylvania, whatever. I mean, see, like, this is originally Vlad's house. He has to have this. You don't understand. We'll replenish our zombies. They cost 280 a pop. Basically worthless. But considering that, I mean, considering how crap they are at doing damage, I mean, you look at their melee attack, it's 10, their melee defense is 5. They have 16,000 hit points. They actually hold their own for a good long time. And you can give them a little extra armor. You can give them some melee attack. You can give them 10 plus armor, which is not insignificant. For them, anyways. It's insignificant for us when you look at units like the Blood Knights that have 100. But you put the Blood Knights against an anti-large armor-piercing unit, they're gonna get creamed. Especially if it's like a specialist one. If they're anti-large and armor-piercing, but they only cost 50 upkeep, they'll not do that great. That's a start. Now there's a couple ways we could do taking care of Tempelhof. And what I'd like to do, if I can, is potentially farm them for loots, for blood kisses. That's what I'm thinking right now. One of the options you have is, if you don't take their final settlement, like, leave Castle Tempelhof alone and just sack it repeatedly. And every time their legendary lord spawns, just kill him. Get a blood kiss. Then when he spawns again, kill him again. And just keep sacking them, just like every turn. It's one of the things you can do. I believe. I'm not sure if you can sack repeatedly. I think you can sack just over and over again. I'll have to check. If we can't, we can't. I'll find another way to do it. But I do want to get blood kisses as early as possible. There are much cheesier ways you can do it. I think one way to do it is if you're playing as Manfred. If you do this to Vlad, because Vlad only starts with one province, with one settlement, Vlad respawns really fast, so you can legitimately pretty much kill him every turn. No diplomacy now. Most people hate us. We're vampires.
Master of this
See?
land, Lord of all UCC, trample no far.
I don't think I will, but I appreciate the thought. Also, another advantage of repeatedly sacking Tempelhof over and over again is that everyone hates Tempelhof, and by doing so, everyone will love us, which will be amusing. That's that for this turn. Easy turn 2. And for anyone who's wondering and lurking, I think I didn't talk about this before starting the YouTube recording, so people watching this in the future days may not know this either, but I am the 6. I am sick. I have a fever of a good 103 right now, so I'm just taking it easy. I may stop pretty early, and I'm only just now coming back to streaming after a very long hiatus on a different platform, so this is one of the features of Grimhammer, the mod for Warhammer 2. It essentially just gives you caps on your faction. You can't just have infinite vampires. You can't just spawn a doom stack. You have to plan your empire out to spawn a doom stack of, you know, say, blood dragon warriors or blood knights or dragons or vargheists. I like that. It limits how you can play, it limits how the AI can play, and not in a way that I think is, like, unpleasant. I don't think it's overly unbalanced, so I do like faction-wide caps. And we will turn this on. As I noted, Manfred is going to suicide on us. One of the things that sucks about how the game decides to call Pyrrhic victory when it's not a Pyrrhic victory is I think you get less XP from it, because we definitely should have had a level from winning a battle with a level 1 character. It's kind of ridiculous game. I do want to fight this out because, of course, well, it's Manfred. You know, we gotta kill him. It's our sworn duty. And in fairness, you know, we have a lot of zombies, so we didn't even get to recruit our new zombies, so we're weak, we're vulnerable. He can totally kill us, right? He's got us on the ropes. I say that, but I'm gonna go slap him with Vlad. I'm pretty sure in the early game as well, Vlad would just molest Manfred. God, there's no way. Let me see. I don't know what his stats are, actually, comparatively. Let's see. I mean, he should be good. Melee attack 72 is 70 is no joke. He has more melee attack, but he has a lot less melee defense. Magic attacks as well. We have magic attacks. We have more weapon strength, more charge bonus, more melee defense, a little less attack, same speed, more leadership, a lot more leadership, and more armor and more health by a small amount. Okay, interesting. Interesting. And I think, yeah, Manfred's starting with this ability that allows him to... It's essentially a very early arcane conduit. It allows him to get more magic. But, you know, it's going to be hard to use that magic because we're going to be right in his face. Zombies, yeah, whatever. How do I want to use my Blood Knights? I want to use my Blood Knights to engage the Vargolf, if I can. My Blood Knights are, well, I don't know. So this is some of the complexity of Warhammer that I was talking about that I really enjoy. Are the unit matchups are much more complicated now. It's not just rock paper scissors. It's rock paper scissors, laser, volcano, Elvis Presley. Like, so the Vargolf is armor piercing melee. meaning his attacks are going to do damage through my Blood Knight's armor, so their armor is not going to matter as much. But my Blood Knights are elite units, and they're anti-large. And they'll regenerate by fighting him, but he's going to regenerate by fighting us too. I don't know if that's a good pick or not. I can't tell. Legitimately not sure. Hi, not sure. I'm dad. So I don't know if I'm going to kick that issue to future me or what. Well, I could just tar pit their entire army, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Make it bat time. Tar pit their whole army, make it bat time, use that opportunity to get Vlad and my vampires inside there to duel Manfred and take his ass down. Vampire armies are nothing without their caster, without their trusted leader. And we'll put my Blood Knights here in the forest where they're invisible for now. Yep, that's how we'll do that. Pause the game, get our orders out. And yeah, we'll literally just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we'll leave those skeletons free, whatever. 6, 7. We'll leave you free, have you start coming behind them. And we'll move Vlad and our mages up, move our zombies up, move our skeletons up. And those are our orders for now. Reinforcements have arrived. I thought I said don't use the large army. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. Welcome to Bat Hell. As you notice, the game is running a whole lot better now that it's not in the largest city in the entire universe with every texture forever. Okay, so he's essentially engaged my my Vargeists there. I want to make sure he has no melee attack so he does not murder my Vargeists, and let's try to force my units through their units if at all possible. All of their boys are engaged with my bats, so we should be able to break through to them. And we'll pile on our Blood Knights, we'll pile on our Vargeists. Let's also get a Spirit Leech off on Manfred. Get some free magic damage on him. He probably has high magic resist. That may not have been the most efficient choice. And now that these are fully engaged, they are crumbling in some places too. Once my units engage their infantry, we can pull our bats out so we don't lose all of them. That'd be ideal. Unfortunately, I put my spearmen on the wrong side. My spearmen should have been over here fighting the Vargol for the anti-large bonus, but oh well. I make mistakes. I'm only human. I'm only human. Okay. Or am I? I might be a vampire. You don't know. So he's... he probably tried to heal... No. I think he tried to heal himself there and he miscasted. So Manfred, I think, just killed himself. Alright, so to prevent stupid Pyrrhic victory crap, let me try and heal the bats and move the bats out now so we don't lose all of them. So the game, like, you suck at battles, even though your fodder units are the only things that died. That's how the game be sometimes, man. Now we're gonna swamp everyone at the Vargolf, just toss them in. Everyone go kill Vargolf. Every single power unit. Look at him, he's crumbling. He don't want none of this. Everyone's crumbling because Manfred's dead. That's why you kill the caster. That's why you kill the caster. 1 power per 9 seconds, that's pathetic. I can't wait till my casters are actually effective casters. It'll be soon, TM, once they actually level. It's a Pyrrhic victory. You suck at losing zombies. There's zombies. Alright. Poor Vargol's trying to run away. I think he's getting, like, knocked over by Vlad or something. I just saw him fall. I don't usually see Vargulfs fall. He's swarming the bats onto them. There they go. They should take the army losses penalty. Yep, there they go. Army losses penalty. So they're taking a map-wide debuff to their morale, also known as leadership in this game. So they're all going to die immediately. Those are killing themselves, so I don't even have to fight them now. Disintegrating. Yep, there they go. And these should disintegrate any second now. Go watch them. Watch them die and explode. All of the wings. Oh, I'm sure on stream with only like 3,500 kilobytes of upload rate that probably looks very pixelated. Oh well, it'll look higher quality on YouTube for starters. As I've explained before, I could upload it about, or stream it about triple this quality, but I'm not partnered with Twitch, so you wouldn't have encoding options. So I can stream at 720 to 1080p, but anyone that can't watch at those rates due to having a slow internet connection, they just wouldn't be able to watch, and I don't want to class anyone out of being able to watch content. That would suck. It would suck to like go to watch someone and be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. This seems fun, and then like your stream won't load. Hopefully 3,500 is a good balance of looking only a little like shit. I don't know. I think YouTubers and streamers and content creators in general focus too much on quality, and they're like, it has to be perfect. And like people are just like, I just want to watch something entertaining. Hell, with like people that are streaming, like people also take themselves probably a little too seriously, because come on, man, like some people just have this running in the background just to hear the chatter. Okay, first couple levels with Vlad. Finally, we're gonna immediately get the hunger on him. I didn't realize he didn't have the hunger. He doesn't come with it. That's weird. Okay, so we'll get the hunger so he heals himself while fighting. And we'll get Invocation of Nehek, which he already had, but this gives him the ability to overcast it, which means he can heal like 3 or 4 people at once. However, he's very likely to miscast and hurt himself. It's a 40% chance to hurt himself with it. Actually 50% right now, so yeah, good luck with that. But those are 2 important abilities you always want to have on every general for the vampires. Now for Melissa, we want to get her Spirit Leech, and we'll get her Life Leeching. This is her passive buff. When she casts any magic, she will get extra missile resistance and will start recharging mana faster. For Emmanuel, we'll get an upgraded version of Mystifying Miasma, which I think... Yep, just affects speed more, and she can cast it from further away, which I don't use, but whatever. Now for her, this is active if casting, and it just makes her resist more damage, and it makes her faster. I don't care about that as much. I would rather give her... I'll probably give her Penumbral Pendulum just to give us a damage dealing magic, period, like for groups that isn't miasma. This can be really powerful. Basically anyone that gets hit by it just takes just a fuckload of damage, but you have to line it up. It goes in a straight line, so if they move, which usually happens, it just don't work out. I'm confused about how we watched Manfred die and he didn't actually die. Let's go finish the job.
Massacre them.
Manfred, what the fuck are you doing? How did his Vargulf survive? We watched them die. You can't do that. That's cheating. It's cheating. Whatever.
I never tire.
I mean, hey, it's a free level. Passive ability, Warrior Bane. Everyone around him just has less base weapon damage. Well, that's cool. Hell yeah. Did you equip it? Good. Nothing else to equip yet. We now have Moonslaker, because we killed von Karstein and Manfred, we get more weapon strength when fighting against vampire counts. Yay, that'll be relevant for like 10 turns. And we get less casualties while traveling through our own territory. Woo. Not exactly important for us. It would be important for another faction if they killed him. Restless Dead for plus 10 campaign movement range is important. And every time we cast anyone around us, we'll get a free heal. Or Raise Dead, we can summon zombies. They're honestly kind of equally important. We'll get the Curse of Undeath for now. And let's see, I've been going for just an hour. It hasn't been long. I think I'll need to quit in the next half hour or so. Just because I don't know if you can hear it, my voice is already starting to get hoarse. Not from just talking and streaming. I've done 24-hour streams before over on a Mixer, but probably because I'm sick. So probably can't go much longer, but I'm trying to actually stream more often again, and you know, I've been absent for way too long. What do we want to give you? We'll get Doom and Darkness. It can be good to just be able to look at someone funny and make them run away. And you get another 2 levels, huh? Well, I like Enfeebling Foe for just, look at that, just you no longer get to attack or defend. Bam. It's just good. And it's cheap. It's really cheap. The upgraded version I don't care much about, really. It also reduces their base weapon damage and their armor piercing weapon damage, and I just don't, it's fine as is, honestly. Like, honestly, though, I'm just looking at Smoke and Mirrors. Like, is it really even that worth it? Also, what the hell is this battle effect? Minus 25% leadership RSIs when attacking? That's her trait? And it just gives her hero action? Ugh. I think Emmanuel might have to be replaced with another vampire as soon as humanly possible. As soon as vampirically possible. What did you get, by the way? Lorekeeper. They have pretty good leadership. That's okay. That's not a terrible one. I've seen worse. We'll get you the upgraded level of Penumbral Pendulum, I guess. Sure, why not? And we can actually reach Eshin this turn. Can we take it? Yeah. Yeah, we sure can. Get an extra Spearman. And, yeah, I think we can handle it. We do have to declare war to take it. That's true. But we are unstoppable. You heard Vlad.
I want their souls.
He wants their souls.
And destruction.
We're not even going to fight this battle. Decisive victory. Give me my levels. Give him, ooh. This is one of Vlad's unique abilities. Unit experience per turn 250. Unit experience per turn 250. All armies faction wide. Just by existing, our units will be trained. One of a really powerful ability that Vlad has. There's no need for training heroes. He just do. He just be. That is the Vlad power. Speaking of power, he just got a power stone. I don't want you to equip that, actually. It's not really for you. Take that back off. That's for one of the mages, and sure as hell not for Emmanuel and her stupid ability that I don't care about. So you get the Power Stone, the Power Stone, and you get some evasion. Just a free buff forever. Duration is constant. Target is her. She will always have extra speed, extra melee defense, and extra, she speeds up faster. Nice to have. You are a disappointment, but here. Can I recruit another vampire yet? I want a better vampire. No. Well, we can make one. Yeah, we can pull up the Mausoleum of the Mad Count. Actually, like anytime. As soon as the Sinister Copse finishes, we'll being demolished, we'll take that. Now, that's also worth noting. That's an extremely useful ability that Vlad has. I'm pretty sure that's unique to Vlad. I could be wrong, but I think it's unique to Vlad. You can just have vampires early. I feel like if you were playing as Manfred, you'd have to wait till city level 4 to get vampire crypts.
What?
But who knows? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Shall know me and tremble.
I think I do, though. What did Eshin have in it? Eshin had another Sinister Copse. Y'all need to chill with the cops. The ACAB and all that. There you go. Demolish that.
Absolutely not.
Averland wants to take Schwarzhaven away from us. They might be able to, but they might also get their butts kicked, and that's exactly why I put this corpse pile in here. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and upgrade that right now. They probably want to take this. It'll be a close fight if they fight. But we have a Vargeist in there and a Crypt Horror unit in there, and those two alone can do quite a lot. And it looks like they didn't go for the attack. I saw their faction banner pass by. Didn't see them do anything. Yeah, they ran. Beastmen Rising. This is another Grimhammer script. Choosing yes to enable Beastman invasions in mid and late game. This will make the game easier if you play as Chaos or Beastman. Basically, will you get Beastman invasions? Yes, I would like the game to be harder. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Champion of the dark.
Waldenhof, as I recall correctly, is usually pretty well defended. Yeah, kind of. They have Crypt Horrors. They're about as well defended as Schwarzhaven, but a little less. Tempelhof, of course, usually is well defended, straight up.
Vlad von Karstein.
I almost want to send Emmanuel to go look at them, make sure they're not recruiting stuff there.
On way.
They're not, which means we should grab that while we can. And as I said, I don't think I'm going to take it. I think I'm going to sack it. Yeah. Yeah, that is the choice I'm going with. Because I want to farm blood kisses.
Shed their blood.
Did he say take their blood or shape their blood? Both are terrifying.
No mercy.
No mercy. Did she
The
just...
world will be mine.
How did she get that? What? Ugh. Flesh golem. She just got that by existing.
Blood.
Okay.
All shall perish.
Alright. Castle Tempelhof, and we're just gonna sack it.
No mercy. Go.
Nom 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 nom. Delicious.
Right.
Now, next turn, we go and take Waldenhof. We still level from that. We get a couple thousand buckaroons. All the buildings in Castle Tempelhof are either destroyed or damaged.
Never.
And at some point, their faction leader should spawn in, and I can go kill him.
I am invincible.
That's the plan. We'll see if it works out. I'm not sure if it will, but it's worth a try. And as I said, I believe people will like me more for attacking them. Yeah, War with Tempelhof. Look at that, 36.
Dark days indeed.
People are like, hey, you're attacking those dudes we hate. See? This is a 200 IQ strategy here. Sure, we could just take this territory, but it's actually more valuable to us this way. And for the time being, at least. So we'll grab Raised Dead. No. Or will we? I mean, evasion is useful in and of itself, honestly. So we may want it just for the evasion. Do I care about Wind of Death and Curse of Years? No, but I care about magical reserves and earthing. Yeah. Okay. Vlad is, of course, going to be mostly spec'd out as a, as not a mage. He'll mostly be spec'd out as a melee fighter. But it's still good to have him have at least some of the magical things. Because just having some of these will allow him to continue healing throughout the battle. It'll allow him to have extra winds of magic so that our other casters can do more damage. Not the worst thing. We'll get a Dance Macabre. Dance Macabre. And yep, we're already at the Purple Sun for you. Perfect. And magical reserves for you here. And you now also get Pit of Shades and magical reserves. Alright, so they already have their AoE monster attacks, which is great. Now let's go grab the Mausoleum of the Mad Count. Bam. And now we should be able to, yep, 2 turns we'll be able to recruit a new vampire, which will replace Emmanuel. Hopefully. Hopefully we have someone with a good trait. Schwarzhaven got away scot-free, which is fantastic. And soon they'll be even harder to take. Which is marvelous. Simply marvelous. We could also go full ham and just get even more vampires too. Which, you know, is an option, but vampires are expensive. See, look, they're getting uppity over here. Who the hell is this?
It is an imbecilic thing to bother me. Others who have end up as my puppets.
Who do you think is going to end up being the puppet in this interaction? Come on, Mr. Strength rank 163. Looks like a Strigoi. Strigoi clan. So maybe they actually have a blood kiss and they unlocked that? I don't know.
Bow before me.
Alright, Waldenhof will be ours.
Death and destruction.
Or we will manually fight this to make it ours. Now, this is a great example where our Blood Knights will have an easy matchup against their Crypt Horrors. We'll want to make sure we make contact that way if we can. Total War has always been about getting the right matchups. Matching your people that have the best chance of doing a good job against the people that have the lowest chance of doing a good job against your units. And the more matchups you get, the more you win. It's your overarching strategy, rock, paper, scissors, your hammer and anvil, your V-lines, all of your grand strategies, sure. Grand tactics, I guess, is more accurate. Sure, they're important, but not as important as just making sure that the people that hurt the most go into the people that will hurt the most. I can't put that any better. Too tired, too ill. I'm trying. Okay. Alright, Vladdy boy. We'll just put all our vampires together because they'll fight well all together. They'll be knocking people around. I don't know where the Crypt Horrors will be. I can't see them yet. I'm assuming they'll be on a flank. Power units often end up on flanks. Put our Vargeist out here. Put our Bats out here. I may just do the thing where I tar pit their entire army down again. It can certainly work out pretty well. I just like grouping all these together for organization. It's mainly a visual thing. I don't actually, you know, select my units like this. It's too far from my hand. Because I'm usually using WASD to navigate the camera. Which, you know, honestly I actually use the mouse a lot. But I like pan with WASD. So I don't use the numbers. But visually it helps me see what's going on a little bit better. Alright. Nah, they're all the way over there, huh? Okay. Let's start navigating my Blood Knights over there, then. They're never gonna make it. How do I want to do this? Well, tar pit those wolves, tar pit those bats, the ghouls, the bats, and the bats. Now, Vargeist's actually... better ideas. Wolves, ghouls, horrors, ghouls, wolves, Bats, bats, bats. There we go. Let's eliminate their air force and tar pit their most high damage or important units at first, and then we will have dominance over the battlefield pretty easily. Since this still counts as a general, I think we do want to rush in and focus him, so we will knock this idiot down. We started out with 0 winds of magic for whatever reason. I guess the area doesn't have much winds. It just depends on some like random events, and the winds will shift occasionally, so some areas you have access to more magic than others. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do for now. So 1 power per 8 seconds is just god awful. Here we go. Here, use this. Give me faster recharge rate for a minute, please, God. I would like to use magic at some point with my casters, but I don't think we're gonna get any good powerful purple suns off. We're probably gonna have to reserve those for other things. What are they doing? They do not want to get sniped, do they? Look at that. They're running all the hell the way away. So these bats can't hold their own forever. So we're gonna send units out to various places. Where are my knights? Did they get caught? No. Okay, they're good. So you are high health. You're gonna go over there and hang on to those crypt ghouls. You can go over here. No. Actually, go over here because those wolves are gonna break free eventually. And you guys just kind of find something and kill it. And we'll shift all of my skeletons over this way because they do a little more damage, so they're more valuable in those spots. Look at that, they're just moving that general all the way away. He's not really a general, he's just a garrison unit, but he's labeled as the general, so killing him will still debuff their army, the morale on their army, which is what I want. I want them to crumble and die early. The game's gonna count this as a fucking Pyrrhic victory because I'm gonna lose my bats. It's the dumbest thing. Whatever. It's fine. Game says victory is in my grasp. That is true. Always has been. Good matchup with my Blood Knights against the Crypt Horrors. They should be able to punch them pretty easily. In fact, you can see the Crypt Horrors are trying to pull out. Looks like, yep, see that? They're like, hey, that's a bad matchup. We should leave. Not happening though. And in fact, I'm tired of them running from me. All of the Vargeist, I would like you to please go murder the general. Getting tired of their shit. Now, has infantry made contact? Okay, infantry has made contact here. These bats can pull out if possible. I would like that. Any other bats that can pull out without dying? Probably not. I play the game in slow-mo a lot, so I can have time to think a little better. I think if you play the game on Legendary, you can't, but like, why would you do that to yourself? Okay, well, they managed to get away there. Looks like they're just like these bats. They make me angry. Okay. They're crumbling. No need to use that anti-melee attack thing on them. Well, now the Blood Knights have these ghouls isolated. Perfect. They're charged. Look at that. Almost killed them halfway down. Beautiful. We could use a Pit of Shades here if we wanted. I don't know. There's not any like great targets. A Purple Sun would be more effective, but it's just so expensive. There we go. That's dealt with. And now we'll start seeing routes. So we will focus this one first. Our Blood Knights are going to be fine, but just in case they stop doing fine, we'll move our bats over that way. You never know. Let's we gotta have some fun here. Look, let's just use this. It's gonna hurt our men too, but you know, whatever. They're not real. No one cares about them. We'll actually pull away now. Unfortunately, it looks like it's moving backwards instead of forwards, so it didn't kill them, but you saw it almost killed them. That fight is now resolved. That is the way you do it. Help the Blood Knights with those Crypt Horrors. They don't need it, but it'll be funny. You can see these units are starting to crumble and disintegrate. Perfect. The spearmen will now be able to beat these ghouls. And yeah, pretty much everyone's crumbling. They have the army loss penalty. We've killed enough of them that the game says it's over. You can no longer fight. Easy peasy. Not really a big deal. Do I want to get this Invocation of Nehek off on anything? Yeah, skeletons. There you go. Enjoy. You are quite welcome. We'll tell those zombies they're no longer allowed to have melee attack. It's not like they had much to start with. Oh, I didn't see the spearmen there. I would have done it on them. Oh well. C'est la vie. Oh, they say. Disintegrating. They should be dead in like 2 seconds. Yep, there they go. Or do they? Nope, the spearmen are still there. Die. Thank you. Decisive victory. Wow, the game didn't say that I'm a big fat loser for losing my chaff. It's because I didn't. It says the zombies are still alive. Why does the game value those zombies so much? Is it the total health points? Maybe that's what it is. It might be because zombies have so much health. They have 16,000 health. You look at Vlad, he has like 4,000. Each of these have maybe 3,000. So that might be what's going on there. The game's like, wow, you lost so many hit points. That would actually explain it. I don't know how the game calculates that. I just know it calculates it in odd ways. You know, you'll have a battle where it was slated for you to lose against 2 people, and like you'll win, but barely, and the game will be like, that was still a Pyrrhic victory, though. And I'm like, but I won, and I wasn't supposed to. That's heroic. Come on. All right, we will take this because we do want this, and now we control this province. Scroll of Leeching. It's not really the magic item I'd care for. I prefer magic items that increase my power reserves, not decrease the enemies, but I'll take it. It's not terrible. It's something. I guess Vlad can have it. I don't really care at this moment. There's nothing better right now. So we'll grab our evasion, and that's all we can have at this time. That's fine. Can't have lore vampires yet. Yep, you need earthing for less miscast chance, because you don't want to miscast every single time you try to cast something. Yeah, and you know, it's been a few months since the last stream too. How you doing, man? How the hell are you? I am sick. I'm running a fever of 103 right now, but I promised I would be here on the Discord channel yesterday, so here I am. And I will be here for hopefully half an hour more or so. Until I'm basically dead, and I'll try to immediately upload this stream to YouTube, get in that habit. More juicy contents. Moving is literally the worst. Quite literally the worst. Even if you hire movers, it sucks. I hired movers for the last move. Cost me a good $300-400 for the movers, and that was a cheap service too. Pretty decent little company out here that was running that, but no, still sucked. Let's get growth. You always want growth for your vampire counts. You want to get these surplus points up as fast as possible so that you can upgrade your settlement chain as fast as possible, because vampires generate a lot of their cash income generated 750 through their main chain. buildings. Okay. So we're going to drop Vlad off past Castle Templehof again. We're going to sack them again to knock this idiot out. And again, I'm hoping they actually spawn their faction leader there so I can get free blood kisses and murder them, but maybe that won't happen. We'll see. At the very least, repeatedly sacking them will cause the Empire people to love me. And I do want the Empire people to love me, at least now. Getting into 1.5 bajillion wars with the Empire early in the game kind of sucks ass. It's kind of the worst.
Yes.
Cool. Little chapter objective, a little bonus cash for us. Technology research, we get a blood kiss, which blood kisses are very hard to come by. That's no joke. Factions vassalized, characters assassinated, and faction leaders killed in battle is the only way you can get those. But when you do, you get crazy bonuses. We could get upkeep -10 for all heroes. We could get casualty replenishment rate plus 20%. Weapon strength plus 20% for cavalry units kind of sucks. Ambush success chance kind of sucks. Research rate plus 25% is usually what I like to go with because, ooh, it's so good. But we're going down the Blood Dragon tree because this last one here, immune to untainted attrition. So if I were to try to move through Empire territory, you see all the skulls on my movement path here. That means all of my units will start dying if I move out here. And that's because they're not tainted. They don't have the taint of vampiric corruption. they don't have the... Their land is not wilted and withered away. You can actually see the corruption kind of starting to seep in through here, through my borders. And it'll get worse as we spread it. But, for now, we can't really move there. Now, we can go into raiding stance and try that, but it takes up almost all of our movement to go into raiding stance. That will reduce the attrition, but it won't help us in the long run. So, we go down the Blood Dragon path. Eventually, we will just be immune to that untainted attrition, which means we can just march up all the way to the top of the map and just murder someone at the top of the map, because fuck them. Yeah, precisely. We want them to love us just long enough until we're like, yeah, we're ready to kill you. Which is what I did in my more recent campaign that I've been playing off on the side. So we'll get this first Blood Dragon dude awakened, and you can actually recruit them too. Let me see here. Castle Drakenhof, Bloodlines. So here he is, Maldwin von Sinkehoff. He has a shitty trait, and I'm not particularly interested in him. They have some bonuses. They have some nice, like, he has anti-infantry. He's a melee expert, so he's kind of like Vlad. He'd be a great duelist. I don't want to recruit him as a general just yet because we don't have a whole lot of cash, and there's no reason to have him. And also because once we get our research done, like this one, Lord Recruit rank +1. Once we get some buildings up, we can actually artificially inflate his level before we even recruit him. So I don't want to recruit this guy until we can get him at level like 18 already, at which point he'll get a free dragon to ride. So, you know, I don't even have to have him fight. I can just use fodder generals. But mainly it's just going to be Vlad doing everything, because Vlad is Vlad. Big Daddy Vlad. That's what they call him. That's what I call him. I don't actually call him that. Let's get rid of the Sinister Cops. I don't need it. Don't want it. And let's go sack Templehof again. Get them out of my face. They really shouldn't be able to defend themselves. No, they can't. So there we go. Take them down again. Sack them. I don't get much money. I don't care. I don't lose anything really from it. And, you know, easy pants. We get free levels too. Easy levels. I'm actually not super happy that Stirland took this.
The Empire.
I would have preferred to have this, because now Schwarzhaven is my only city in this this area.
Never.
Templehof still has an army out here. It's not their faction leader though. I'm not sure why their faction leader is not out and about. It's this dude, Zelig. He might be wounded.
End up as my puppets.
Manfred might have like slapped him in the face, and he might be wounded, but he should come out eventually then.
I am invincible.
And if we do, you know, if he does come out, if he spawns here at Castle Tempelhof to start recruiting an army to, you know, stop me from killing him, then every single time I take him down, I'll get another Blood Kiss. I need 6 more, and then I need 12 more. So I would need to farm him for a while, but I'm willing to do that. That's not a big deal. But Sturland has an army right here. They may just go take Tempelhof right now. And I may have to go to war with them early, which means early war with the Empire, which I'm not. I really don't want, but it may come to that. Yeah, he's just decided to go on an expedition south somewhere, like a bastard. But you know what? I mean, look. We have these people that are into me right now because of me attacking Tempelhof. Let's just get whatever I can with them, right? Get some trade with these Empire people. I will make you love the vampires. We're gonna send you barrels of quote-unquote wine. I'm not gonna pay 10,000 for that. Fuck you. And Sturland, of course, is my next best friend. I don't want a non-aggression pact with you. Look, they want military access. They want to move through my territory to kill Tempelhof. Clan Ferric is improving relations with me. Interesting. Military actions against Sylvania. See, no one likes the vampires, so if you just constantly farm one of the vampires, they'll love you. See, look at that, 73. Military actions against Tempelhof. Zufbar hates me. Dwarves hate you, but they're like, you know what? You're killing other vampires. I'm into it. Every time I do that, they'll like me more. So, it's good to keep vampires around for that reason alone. Alright, let's get Vlad magical reserves for even more Winds of Magic power reserves. And my Vampire of Death will get you another level of the Purple Sun, because that just kills things like it ain't even a thing. Get you another level of Pit of Shades, even though I think I'm about to kick her out of the military forever. What are my other options now? Dread Incarnate. My other options aren't great.
I am Vlad.
My other options aren't great. I mean, out of all of them, she's not terrible. What kind of name is that? Adel Jasal? Hang on. Is this a name that I can actually look up? Like, someone pronounce this. All. Nope. No one has submitted a pronunciation for this name. I can find out how to pronounce Adalgisa.
Pronouncenames.com.
Uh-huh.
Adalgisa.
Adalgisa. It's Italian. We got ourselves an Italian vampire.
Yes.
Welcome to the military.
Neferata was right. Expose Sylvania's
We're replacing this vampire because she's dumb and stupid. Or Emmanuel. Or I don't know. Maybe I won't replace her. Maybe I'll just keep her as part of the military for now. I'm thinking I'm going to replace her, though, because she has her essential trait here, the one you can't do anything about, is every character in the province will have a 25% reduction on their leadership aura. So Vlad here, if you're not familiar, will have like a big aura around him on the battle map, where all the units within that aura will get buffs and they'll get bonuses, and their leadership, their morale will be higher. They're less likely to run, or in the vampire sense, just crumble. Just her existing in the area causes everyone to have a 25% smaller aura. That's just dumb. And the only thing she's getting as a result of that, to counter that, is reducing hero action cost. Well, guess what? My heroes aren't doing actions. They're fucking part of the army. That's not helpful. That's a shitty trait. But I'm getting her because she's Italian.
Darkness comes.
Dread Incarnate isn't terrible. There's some upside to it. Causing terror means that if you charge into someone, they have a chance to just run immediately. And I don't think they normally just come with that, do they? No. They have causes fear. They frighten units, but they don't cause terror. So causing units to just randomly temporarily rout when you charge into them, pretty valuable. And then she also reduces their morale a little bit more. The whole enemy army will rout just a little bit faster. So hit points minus 5% hurts, but we can offset that with some of the melee trees over here. Tenacity and Immortal Will offset that just fine. I've never had one of my vampiresses get to 5% health, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's spec her out. We want Enfeebling Foe for the debuffs. We want Penumbral Pendulum for the opportunity to damage people. We'll put more into Penumbral. We'll get another level here. We'll get Pit of Shades, and we'll get Magical Reserves. There you go. And we'll get her set to join. And as soon as she's in, I guess we'll get rid of Emmanuel, because she's expensive. She costs 489 upkeep. It happens. You know, shit happens.
I am unstoppable.
I'm not God. I don't control the whole game. Or do I? Or do I? Okay. 3 turns till we can upgrade Drakenhof into a level 2 fortress. Schwarzhaven is nicely well defended. It's going to be hard for anyone to take that anytime soon. Considering war with Stirland, which they're a minor faction, so people aren't going to be too upset if I have to go fight them. So it's in the turn. We're really, really early in the game still. I need to get through these turns a little faster, but I'm taking the time to explain what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm trying to give enough information that people that aren't familiar with the game can kind of know what's going on. There's a lot of buttons and shit on the screen. Most of them are not relevant. Negative growth, just a random event, just a big middle finger from the game there. It's a nasty one too.
It is night.
And as we predicted,
The Empire.
are you the faction leader of this faction?
You may deliver your message.
You are the faction leader. Well, we'll get a blood kiss for killing him. And maybe we'll vassalize them. I would like to vassalize them, but we can't allow this. That's no. You can't do that. No allies have chosen to become involved. People are not going to like this. The Order Tide, the orderly factions aren't going to be a fan. We'll say that.
Now.
But if we can get this over with quickly enough, they won't hate us too much. That's all I can hope for.
Annihilate them.
We'll go ahead and have all the vampires fight together, then, just for the extra power for this particular fight.
No mercy.
I think it's worth it. It's complicated. You know, it's got a lot of complexity to it. But I would say just kind of jump in and fuck around for a while. Don't take it too seriously, and it's not bad. When you start up a faction, it'll tell you like the basics of how they play. Sometimes I watch some of like the multiplayer tournaments to get a feel for how people do it in multiplayer, and that gives you an idea of like what a faction is like min-maxed to do. You know, what their best units are, what their best setup is. can sometimes give you an idea. Campaign is different, of course. The nice thing about Warhammer 2 is that really you can just fuck around and roleplay and just get a whole army of nothing but like elite vampires and just throw them at an army of really weak, stupid humans, and it's just hilarious. It's just a great time. But I get it. Getting into any like difficult strategy game is a big time investment. This is a very evil looking city for sure. Castle Tempelhof. It doesn't kill my frame rate the way that Drakenhof did. Ooh. Right, it's because I sacked it. Look, we can just waltz right in. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, if I put my zombies here, hopefully they will think that they are at threat from that side and they'll waste a bunch of units over there. I'm gonna send all of my vampire heroes into the breach over here. He is busy. No one cares. We'll send my blood knights into the far right. Those are very convenient holes. It's almost like they were designed to be put there. No, surely. Unless. And of course my Air Force can just go over everything. And hopefully they aren't wise to my ruse and they don't realize that the zombies are a distraction. But the game is stupid like that, or the AI can be stupid like that. In fairness, they're not a threat. I mean, I can just pull all of these back and just let the zombies attack the walls by themselves if they choose not to defend the walls over here. Okay, let me organize. We shall do like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and let's see. Okay, yeah, they chose not to really defend this. That's fine. They did choose to stack themselves on the walls for some reason. Guys, that's not... You can't defend the walls, though. It's not gonna help you. I'm not sure what you expected to happen here. They're just their whole army is right here. No one's coming over there. What are you doing? Okay, well, that's fine. Go get on these walls. They won't know what hit them. Fucking AI in this game, I love it. Y'all all go attack this. You guys get prepped to go through those holes. Blood Knights, I don't know, man. You're gonna go right into Spearmen, but they're such garbage units, so go for it. Go crazy. Have fun. I can support them with a vampire if I have to. If need be. These should just be very basic fort defenses. They can't have had time to upgrade them. I guess they're still unique defenses though, because they are certainly magic. Why? Where's the sound on them? They're just very quiet. What the hell is flying at us there? What are those? Excuse me? Okay. They're just like little bone clubs. I guess that's basically what they are. They're probably, you know, or whatever, in-universe excuse. They're talismans of some kind. Sure. Whatever you say. It's a lot of resistance right here for one unit of Blood Knights. Well, good luck, Blood Knights. You can do it. I believe in you. Vlad took a lot of damage there, trying to charge in here. That's fine. He's doing his job right now. His jorb. They're now shooting at my bats. Let's go ahead and get the bats inside the city, all the way in the back somewhere, so that they cannot do that. I would rather them not. Okay. I mean, they're magical bone clubs. Clearly, they seem to explode. Whose melee attack do I want to remove? that is technically the general of the garrison. Killing him would be nice. Halberds. Halberds are anti-large, and I might send my Vargeist in here to help, so yeah. Reducing their damage would be nice. And in fact, I think I'm gonna use these. Yeah, let's use my Vargeist on their Pistoliers here, on these crossbows, and on these Halberds. There we go. That's fairly good use of those. Spearmen, go ahead and get the crossbows once they get pinned by the Vargeists. Scale Swordsman can take out the pikes, and you can come over here. I think that's everyone deployed. Vampires are just having a grand old time in here. In fact, this would be a great time to use some kind of magic. Ooh, you know, one advantage that my Shadow Mage has, even though her magic is not as good, it's just straight up, it's just not as good. One advantage it has, though, is that Pit of Shades can be used on walls. Most magic can't. If I try to use Purple Sun here, which is objectively a way better spell, can't be used on the wall. Just, nope. Not allowed. Pit of Shades, wall. So all of them are clustered together. That'll be fun. Also, Pit of Shades, in terms of looks, is probably my favorite spell in the game. We're just gonna toss down double Pit of Shades. Yes, yes. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna stop paying attention to the battle now. Pretty much, honestly, no, really, that is the most use I get out of my Shadow Mages. Pit of Shades is basically an anti-armor attack. It's good against like knights and stuff. It also reduces their morale, so they're more likely to rout. Purple Son of Xerius does like 8 times as much damage. You can see it does just base damage and AP damage. So this does like less damage, but more armor piercing damage. But this just does way more damage. And when it hits them, you can see contact down there where it says vortex. Contact reduces magic resist. So when it hits them, it also hits even harder. So it's doing 18 damage, and then it's doing 25% on top of all of that. So it does way, 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 way more damage, but this still has its use, you know? I don't really have a spot where I can really slap down a Purple Sun here. I could put it down over here, but it's gonna hurt my people too. So, and also the way this looks, you know, in for a treat here. Look at that. Look at that. They're getting sucked up in there. I love it. And that's what's left of them. They just collapse into blood. And look, they're all running because of that debuff on morale. They're all terrified. You can actually see it in the stats there. It's one of the best looking spells in the game, I think. Mainly because of the sound design on it, where basically all of the sound just drops out of the entire game. You can just hear, like, all the sound in the game just stops to go, you know? It's cool as fuck. I love it. It's honestly way better looking than the Purple Sun. But Purple Sun just, it rakes in the kills. You see, like, yeah, 54 kills, 18 kills, yeah, sure. But we start using Purple Sun. You get 2-3 good casts of Purple Sun off. You'll see Melissa here get 800, 900 kills in one battle. This would be a great time to use it if I recharge fast enough to demonstrate. Because if I could use it on this clump right here, it's kind of far away from us, and it'll kill everyone in the clump, basically. All of these men will be dead. Guaranteed. Which we might get. Here it is. Alright. Okay, it's gonna have to be a little bit far away because of where Melissa's positioned. She can't cast it right on top of herself, unfortunately. And we're gonna want to move Vlad back because he's gonna die. Alright, Purple Sun should go through now. Yep. And you can see pretty much they all just instantly died. It's moving away though, so not ideal. She immediately is, remember she was at 18 kills a second ago? Yeah, now she's at 200. Yeah. better spell. Better spell. But, as I said, Pit of Shades has its utility. I like keeping the Shadow Mage in my army. There are some other advantages with the Shadow Mage. Shadow Mage has some great debuffs. The Enfeebling Foe, minus 35 melee attack, minus 35 melee defense for 25 seconds. The unit she targets there will be basically defenseless. They won't be able to do damage. They won't be able to resist damage. Decent ability there. All right, Blood Knights, go fight their general. You're worthy of that. So we have basically finished them off. I mean, it's just cleanup at this point. Let me move my bats back. My bats are getting shot to death, just sitting there, unfortunately. And that's the value of mages, because this Winds of Magic, it comes back every single battle. That's one thing to never underestimate. If y'all have watched streams and videos of mine, you know I'm not usually a huge fan of using magic in games. I'm not into magic. I'm into archers and physical damage and dexterity. I like that stuff. Dark Souls, don't use magic on that. But in this game, don't ignore magic. Whatever mage you can get. If you can only get one mage and they suck, it's still worth it. It's always worth it. Because it's a free resource that you can expend to exchange for either kills or, right now, for heals. I'm going to heal this vampire, and now she'll have pretty much full health. Done. And it's free! And once these mages are more powerful, we have 105 power reserve, but we're only getting 1 mana power per 13 seconds now, because we've used our magic a couple of times, so you can't just spam it. But once you level these up, they'll get abilities that allow us to essentially spam. They'll get Arcane Conduit. And every time we activate Arcane Conduit, it improves that recharge rate. So 13 seconds, I activate Arcane Conduit on 3 people. Bam. 1 power per 1 second. Yeah, exactly. It's free real estate. Exactly. And as you saw, I just exchanged that free mana for 200 kills. Okay, I'm being messaged. Stop. Close this app. Sorry. People only message me when I stream. That's not true. I told my friends I was sick today, and I got a lot of concern and love from my friends, and I appreciate it. Easy pants battle. Decisive victory. 200 losses, mostly at bats. What do the people want? People are boycotting the NBA? Why? Someone just messaged me about that. What? Is it for dumb reasons? Or is it not for dumb reasons? Alright. I don't know. People shouldn't be going to the fucking NBA games anyways, right now. Not for a while. There's a good chance I'm gonna end up being living testament to that once I get my test results back in a few days. I'm gonna go have someone stick a fucking Q-tip up my nose into my brain tomorrow, and then I get my test results back. And if I'm positive, there you go. All I did was go shopping for food to live. You know, I guess I could have made someone else go shopping for me, but, like, at that point I'm just passing on the responsibility and danger to someone else, so, like, what the fuck is the point? Emmanuel. It was kind of nice to have 3 vampires there, to be honest. Maybe the dumb ability she has isn't so bad, right?
Bow before me.
That's a stupid thing to say. I don't care. I'm keeping her on for a bit, I guess. Next turn we'll take Fort Obersteer. It should not really be an issue. I don't expect it to be anyways. Do I want to tax you? No. Okay, so turns until surplus point from growth is 1 if we don't tax them, and is 2 if we do tax them. If we don't tax them, we'll get 2 population surplus next turn, which is what we need to upgrade our main settlement building into level 2, which means we'll get another construction slot to build something, and we'll also be able to build any, you know, tier 2 buildings. Muy importante. But yeah, I think people are boycotting for to protest the death of Jacob Blake, I think. Is that his name? I feel bad. I haven't been keeping up. Yeah, Jacob Blake. I haven't been keeping up with it because so many people are being killed. It's hard to keep track of. You know, and I don't know. It's hard. It's hard on a lot of people right now. It's been a rough year. But I don't know. It's not a politics stream today. Maybe another day we'll hop into American Truck Simulator or something. Grab our coffee and methamphetamines and talk about religion and politics for 6 hours so everyone can get angry with me and unsubscribe. I don't actually usually mind delving into those topics a little bit, or at least sharing my opinion on them, but I am not. I mean, you can probably hear it in my voice. I am exhausted physically. It's almost like I'm sick. It's cool. Fort Obersteer.
Will be mine.
Take it.
I want their souls.
I want their souls.
Annihilate the dead.
I have such strong feelings towards this settlement because I take it all the time. And in my other campaign, I just lose it all the time, and it's incredibly upsetting. Maybe it's a good thing that we're cutting down on Sterling so early, because look how much territory they grabbed themselves. Usually they're not so powerful. Usually they get their butts stomped in. It looks like no one really cares about Sterling, to be honest. I wonder if that's canonically accurate. Like, even the other Empire factions don't seem to give a shit.
By Sigma's will.
Come on, trade. Yeah, Ostermark wants to trade with me. Yeah. Oh, now that I gave them military access, they don't want a defensive alliance anymore. They're like, yeah. Well, now that we can move through our territory, we don't need that. Whatever. They're really, really weak, but they are an Empire faction, so getting positive relations with them will increase my relations with other Empire factions. Make it a little less likely for them to kill me, hopefully. Especially considering that I'm killing one of them right now. But, as I said, it seems like they don't give a shit about Sterling. So we want both of these. We want Lore Master of Vampires because that gives a cooldown reduction to our spells and some extra corruption for our provinces, which we need to move freely without taking damage. And we want this because it reduces our cost for Invocation of Nehek, which is how we heal our units in battle. Free heals for the vampires is super, super, super important. Sometimes it's the only way they can really be viable. So we want that soon. Next level. We got the Hunger on Melissa here because that regenerates her hit points while she's fighting. Again, huge for vampires to have that. They're basically weak until they have that. And once they have that, they're strong. They are dangerous. Because you can just toss them into a pack of soldiers and they'll heal faster than they get hurt. My wife is like, she sent me like 7 messages and then she's like, oh, you're probably streaming, I'm sorry. And I'm like, It is, right? I think she's like a default vampire, though. I think you always start with a Melissa. Eventually, I like to rename her, though. Once she's earned her place, I'll give her the von Karstein name. Effectively adopt her. But yeah, compared to Adel Giesel, or whatever the fuck, I can't even remember the name again. Okay, so now we control Western Sylvania. And we can rename it. We want growth. We want to upgrade these towns as quick as possible to get more power, to be able to defend them better. Because eventually what happens is, here's what happens. We're vampires. We kill and drink people's blood. Everyone in the world, including other vampires, hates us. So everyone will be coming to kick our asses. Here we go. We can min-max again here to get another early upgrade, which is worth it. We'll do that for Drakenhof as well. So yeah, you want to upgrade everything to at least level 2 to get these defenses, like these watchtowers, which give us a much bigger garrison to defend the settlement with. This still isn't enough to stop like any sort of powerful army. You can't, not with your small settlements. Vampires just don't have strong enough garrisons. You can do that with your major settlements, with your Castle Drakenhof, Castle Tempelhof. Almost. If they come in with like 2 full stacks of elite armies at like turn 150 and like they're an army that's well suited to killing vampires, like say the Norskins do a pretty good job, I think. It still isn't enough, but the idea is to give them a nosebleed on the way out so they can't just raffle stomp you. Usually what you can do is, honestly, the vampire campaigns are weird. Because of how they make money through their main chains, you can lose everything. You can lose everything but Castle Drakenhof and, like, say, Castle Tempelhof. And I did in my last campaign because I was fucking around with Vlad, like, somewhere over here, being aggressive for fun. You can lose everything but these big settlements and still win. Still be doing fine, honestly. So I was like, yeah, sure, go take my territory. It's not going to work well. And they would take my settlements, and there's so much vampiric corruption that they would just get rebellions, and rebels would like go raise the settlement to the ground. Honestly, pretty funny.
Death and destruction.
We'll take... I want to take everything but the Moot, and then vassalize them so I can get my Blood Kiss. That would be fun. And also because I don't want to leave them with Wurtbad, because Wurtbad is a main chain. It's like a main settlement. It can get up to, you know, level 5, and the Moot can only get to level 3. So I would rather not let them have the most powerful settlement, although they might be a more powerful vassal. Vassals are stupid though, so don't care. Want to recruit anything? Nope, not really. Okay. Think there's nothing I want to play with this turn. Let's end it. Melissa. That reminds me, I gotta call the, I gotta call my old, landlord realtor soon, cause they actually, I actually got my deposit back. Believe it or not. Crazy. Diplomatic relations, -15 with Tempelhof. They're dead, aren't they?
You dare.
Settlements left 0.
I expected the von Karstein. You will fail.
Where? That army's still alive somewhere. What the hell? That little tiny army that was sitting over here, it's still alive. Anyways, I got my fucking, I got my deposit back, which is crazy. You never get your deposit back, right? They docked me for a little, they docked me for like a little, you know, a little cleaning fee or something. I was like, that's fair. I didn't clean very well. And, it should just be the small army left, yeah. But it's been like over a quarter, and I don't have my fucking check yet. And it's fine, because I have recordings of them telling me that they owe me the money. But they're like, no, our systems, our check system has a problem. Its approval system isn't working. Yada 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 yada. And I'm just like, okay. Still been 90 days. I'm gonna call them this Friday, and if they don't give me a date by which they're sending me my $600, they'll get their certified letter, I guess. Look at this fog, man. That looked good. It's got some like magical electricity in it. Neat. Yeah, I'm wondering where it is. It's interesting because they actually kind of could be a threat because vampires can raise dead. So like, even though I'm not in my own territory, I can actually recruit a few like zombies and spearmen and stuff. So they could theoretically come back and try to take one of my settlements. It'd be really funny if it happened. Okay, upgrading Drakenhof, and we'll start taxing again. Beautiful. I don't need this cemetery. You can keep that. Waldenhof will build a charnel pit. We want to build charnel pits wherever we can because those increase our growth. We're min-maxing that growth as much as we can. So this is what I was talking about vampiric attrition. We're going to lose like 10% of our army. This turn, we are making that sacrifice willingly so we can take Needling here. Well, they took Flensburg too. They have a lot of power considering. But yeah, we'll take Needling, take Wartbad. Flensburg, I think, is over here somewhere. And then we'll go take the Moot and vassalize them, ideally.
All shall know me and
But yeah, we can't just move freely here. We're going to take damage every time we move out here without taking something. And that's just our life. We could get into this raiding stance, but we would only have half movement. So it takes us 2 turns to get to Needling. It would take us like 4 turns if we were in raiding stance. It's just, that's ridiculous. It's worth it to take the damage. It's not that bad, you know, it's not crazy. We can still operate under those conditions, but I can't go kill whatever I want. So say I go to war with Reichland, you know, like the main empire, the main imperial faction. They're like all the way over here somewhere, okay? They start sending doom stacks all the way over here. I would have to raid up like, let's see, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 or 8 turns to reach them. Or I would have to lose half of my army to get there. Nope.
yes.
Vampiric attrition. Serious limitation. Alright. But that plays into our campaign, so it makes sense. It's not something I'm salty about. It's just the way they play. Alright, we will loot. Or not. We'll not loot. We'll just occupy. We'll try to hang on to this. I don't really care about these settlements. They're just here. I'm not worried about them. If they're rebels and they burn down the settlement, whatever. The von Karstein. Do I care about getting Arcane Conduit on Vlad? Not yet. Eventually, we'll want this on Vlad so he can give even more power reserves and recharge rate, but that's not too important. At the moment, right now, I would like Invocation of Nehek to reduce the Winds of Magic cost for it. So now it's even cheaper. Should be like 10 or 11 cost now. And we'll want to start going down his melee tree, I believe. Start making him really good at punching people, which is his job. That's his living. Get another Pit of Shades level.
Cower before me.
Cower before me. Okay. Little do you know that's my kink. No, stop, please. Okay. More charnel pits. We'll upgrade Waldenhof. Now the upgrades are pouring in. We're getting plenty of growth now. With our provincial edict that we get plus 50 growth per turn by virtue of the fact that we control the entire province. And with our charnel pits, growth should be easy to come by. But we want to immediately start investing in defenses for our settlements, because when people start declaring war, they're just going to come in. They're going to come in for like 2 dudes, and like just 2 dudes, and they're going to take the settlement, because the base defenses on a settlement that does not have like anything. Look at this. It's 2 skeletons, 2 zombies, and a bat. Okay, a lord by himself can take this right now. Like Vlad? Vlad would laugh at that. Vlad could do that on like 20% health probably. Like, it's nothing. It's not a defense. Literally worthless. We got a free necromancer. Nice. Necromancers boost your income in your settlement by a quote-unquote percentage. You can eventually boost them, I don't know, 6%? I don't know exactly what they boost it by default. I don't know if it's over here or what. Basically, what your necromancers are is you can embed them into your armies just like you can the vampire heroes, and they can be sort of a backup lord in the sense that they can also do all of the same magic that your vampire lord can do, which it seems worthless at first, right? You're like, what's the point? It's just the same magic. But later on, you'll see me struggle where I'll have Vlad, not exactly a cannon fodder lord, more like a support lord. So like at some point you'll see me struggle. You'll see me look, I'll have like say 6 blood knights, right? These are really, really valuable, expensive units that are hard to get. And you'll see I'm in a situation where there are 2 of them and they're both losing. And I have to pick one to heal. And I can only heal one, because once I heal one, then I have to wait this 75 seconds. You can see the icon next to that blue number right there. I'll have to wait 75 seconds after casting that to cast it again. There's a time limit on it. I can't just keep spamming it out. I can spam out other spells, but not the same one. So there are going to be times where I need that heal. Or maybe Vlad's job is to go punch the enemy lord. Well, what if the enemy lord's on the other side of the map and my important blood knights that are losing are on the other side? He can't reach them to actually cast the spell. So it can be really helpful to have another Healy boy to do heals on the other side of the battlefield. But otherwise, yeah, they're not the best. They can raise the dead just like your other lords, so they can bring zombies out. Zombie raises are super cheap at 8 magic, wins of magic, and the cost is even greater reduced for them. I don't know what Master of the Dead does. The game isn't letting me look at it. Let me see. Could you, Wiki, if you don't mind, could you show me? Oh, here we go. Leech the power from any souls fleeing their mortal remains. What does that mean? I need a description. Like a mechanical description. Not legal information. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's right there. I'm sorry. It explains it right underneath the top card. Master of the Dead character ability. Regeneration area acts on self and allies in range. Target if undead. Duration is constant. Only disabled if leadership is broken or engaged in melee. So I think that means... I don't know if that counts for the units he's healing, though. I think what that means is, yeah, if your necromancer is not fighting, then any units within 30 meters will just be just automatically restoring hit points at all times. Pretty handy. So, yeah, pretty handy. We have something similar with the Curse of Undeath, but that's only when we're casting. So, yeah, there's benefits to these. I don't really use them in my armies, but I have considered them before to replace my Shadow Mage. And I may do that. I may play with that at some point. But usually I just camp them out to increase my profits. You know, it's they're worth thinking about. The other big thing that causes me to not use them in my armies is that the best that they can do with their what's the word? The best they can do with their mount is a nightmare, and I'm pretty sure a nightmare is just a horse. My vampiresses can eventually ride hell steeds. Actually, they can ride them right now. So, they can fly. flying is nice. I like to be able to fly. Necromancers can't fly. That gives me so much access to the battlefield. It makes them so much faster. It makes them, you know, my vampiresses are now not going to be vulnerable to swordsmen, spearmen. Who cares? They're flying. So, always a lot to consider with that. And that's what I mean about Warhammer just having just a boatload of mechanics. There's just, the developers just threw every mechanic they could possibly think of in here. And that's because that's Warhammer, I guess. Warhammer's just over the top at all times. So the game ends up being really over the top with mechanics too, and it's not a bad thing. It's considering what they're working with, I find it to be relatively well balanced. We're gonna take Wartbad next turn. It looks like Flinsburg has been taken by Wissenland, who hates me. Okay, that's not surprising. Zuffbar doesn't hate me. That's interesting. Yeah, Zuffbar does not hate me. And you notice I was talking about how much people hate vampires. That is borne out in the diplomacy screen, where you can see they condemn aversion -75. So by default, in a vacuum, everyone will hate me by a certain aversion. The orcs don't. The orcs are usually your best shot along with the beastmen. Everyone else fucking hates you. Even the rats. Even rats hate you by -50, which is dumb. And even the people that don't really hate me, they don't want to talk to me. They don't want anything.
Welcome to my throng.
This, really. This guy's willing to consider non-aggression. If I can be friendly with dwarves, I will be friendly with dwarves, but no. So you can see most of the Empire hates me already. Ostland's okay with me. But Ostland will probably eventually confederate with the Empire, so... And that's one concern. That's what usually happens with Reichland, and that's actually what playing as Reichland for the Empire is like. Your job is to confederate everyone. What, you want peace? They probably want peace. They're like, yo, this isn't going very well. I saw an enemy lord over there. I saw Marcus Lightdorf to my east. I told you they fucking always take Oberstier. Look, see? What the fuck did I just tell you? I told you they always take Oberstier. Alright. Just cancel that construction. Don't spend the money. We're gonna lose it as usual. This is my fucking life. Castle Tempelhof is actually really weak too. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh. That's bad. Okay. Let us... Ugh. I don't like Isabella, though. Isabella sucks. I don't know. Like, she's not awful. I just don't care for her. Can I remember why I don't care for her, though? Target if unit is a lord or a hero. Augment. Weapon damage. Piercing damage. I think it's because, like... She's not the most powerful melee attack defender. Like, she's not terrible. I guess she's... Maybe she's not terrible. Maybe I should give her an actual college try. I'll fucking give her a chance. Fine. Her abilities are good. Her stats are fine. I don't like her in some ways. For the same reason I don't usually play as Vlad, and that's because she can't mount a dragon. Most vampire lords can have a dragon. She can only have a hellsteed, but like, I'm playing as Vlad, and Vlad can't do that, so maybe I need to get the fuck off my high horse and play the damn game. Try me for dinner. Okay, I'll get right on that, champ. Let us recruit something here, so we can maybe not die. Having extra armies adds a lot of extra upkeep. Oh yeah, Nightmare. The AI absolutely does that. I mean, they recognize that if they let you continue to advance unhindered, that they will die. So they try to sue for peace, and you know, reasonable plan, but I don't care.
No mercy.
Now the game thinks that I'm not going to crush this battle, so I'm gonna have to manually fight it, even though we know I will crush it. Well, we'll try and get it out of the way. Also, out of curiosity, how big is this video file that I'm recording? It's probably ridiculous. Let me see here. I don't know, I can't tell yet. Well, the properties on it say only 21 gigs, which I don't believe. Well, it is only 720p, so. And to reiterate for anyone that's lurking, which I see some names, so. To anyone that's lurking or just kind of chilling out, I do stream at about like 3,500 kilobytes in about 720p instead of the 1080p I could stream in, because I'm not partnered, so you guys won't see encoding options, which means anyone that, you know, doesn't have the internet to stream 1080p, they would not be able to watch the stream at all. So, bit lower quality, but if you want higher quality, the video will be on YouTube, the tubs. So yeah, my vampires can now fly. 2 of them anyway. This is the new one. She can't yet. It's okay. She is baby. She is baby. Starting out with very little winds of magic. This realm, this area we're fighting in must just not have much. But now 2 of my vampires have arcane conduit. 2 of them have arcane conduit, so that is a way for like every 90 seconds we can manually force up our power recharge rate, which will be delicious. Okay, how do we want to go about this? I mean, I think we're just gonna run up the walls like idiots with our zombos. Seems as good a plan as any. They don't have any wall breaks or anything. Well, not from this side we aren't, though. Ooh, okay, and they have damaged towers over here. Well, they have damaged towers over here, too. But yeah, if I look at the design of the city, it'd be better to attack on this angle because of the bridge over here. It's an interesting city. I'm not used to this design at all. I would love to defend this. This would be a fun city to defend, right? You just camp this bridge right here. Okay. I would like to send Vlad and Vampire Gal over here. And zombies, just go up wherever you can. I would like you to make sure you go up next to those towers so that you can take them offline wherever possible. And Skellies, we'll decide where to deploy you later. Blood Knights, I kind of just want you wailing on the gate until it's down, because they're not really going to participate in this. The gate's not going to come down easily. And Vargeist, just be ready to swoop in. Quite literally swoop. These siege attacks will become much harder in time, especially as the Empire gets great swords. Great swords hurt. They hurt a lot. They suck. Not a fan. Okay, so let's immediately go ahead and get Vlad in combat. We want him in combat as much as possible because he can take it. He's a real man. And zombies, you know what to do. Your job is to go die, all of you, so that I can get a Pyrrhic victory for a battle that they were supposed to die in, so I can be salty and complain about it for the next half hour. Blood Knights, go ahead and do your thing. Do I want to consider tar pitting these crossbows? I think I do. Once they're in range, which will actually be immediately, so yeah, let's go ahead and tar pit those crossbows. Make sure that those crossbows can't do their job. What is happening here? The fuck just happened? Did they knock down a building? Okay, sure. So we got Arcane Conduit running on a couple of us, so that means we get one, so instead of 1 power per 8 seconds, we now have 1 power per 2 seconds. And that'll be running for the next 18 seconds. So that's a lot of mana we're getting for free. There we go. Crossbows will only get a couple shots off now. Our zombies, of course, are painfully slow, and these defenses are actually real cannons. Yeah, those are actually real fort defenses. They may have like a wall up, like the actual building. That may be why those are doing extra damage. Extra thick damage. The AI is doing a really irritating thing here where they glitch out the gates by almost walking through them but not walking through them, so I actually cannot damage them right now. Which is upsetting. But you know, that's the way games go. Creative Assembly has never been incredible about siege battles. I've never played a Total War game that did not have somewhat jank siege battles. They all do. Just how it be. Can I? So yeah, I'm just gonna troll them with Vlad a little bit. While Vlad's on the wall over here, he's just gonna summon some zombies down here for funsies. And what I'd like to do, I don't think I'll be able to get 26 mana in time, but if I can get 26 mana in time, I can throw down a purple sun on them. On this big ass clump. It'd be great, but they'll probably collapse before that happens. We'll see. Yeah, see, they're gonna immediately collapse because they're surrounded by 1.5 million dudes. Now that I have some people up, can some of you possibly... Can the bats get out and not die? That'd be ideal. I wouldn't even mind, actually, some of the bats dying to make the purple sun go off. It might go off. Yep. Alright, here we go. This'll be fun. Let's watch this. So yeah, sure, that's killing our own zombies, but they're just summons. I don't care. Look at that. How many kills was that? A couple hundred? Just 234. Just 200. Just, you know, 200.5. That's a good spell. That's a good spell. That's a fun spell. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, Vlad. Stop these crossbows from firing at me, you dicks. Okay. And we have some Arcane Conduit ready. We'll have another one ready in a couple more seconds. Zombies, are you guys? Yep, they're getting ready to climb the walls. So the tower should be offline soon, which means I can safely move my skellies up, and I guess they've decided to sally out of the gates to attack my knights. Sure, yeah. That's certainly a decision that you can make, AI. Do I want to reduce damage for anyone in particular? I might reduce the melee attack. Yeah, I'm going to reduce the melee attack of these spearmen over here to make sure that Adol over here is not getting her ass kicked by this crowd of humans. She's not, you know, she's not really spec'd out for melee yet, so I'm a little worried about her. She got kind of split up from Vlad there. My Vargeists should be able to cooperate in taking these walls pretty easily. I mean, all they have is crossbows up here in this middle section. So now that the Vargeists are engaged, I can move Vlad over to make sure that Adol is okay. Now I can remove the bats again. Bats shouldn't need to be fighting anymore. They're fine. They've done their job. Their job was to stop people from killing me, and they have stopped people from killing me with arrows, so good. Frightened by enemy unit, as you should be. 22. I would love to put down another one, but I think I'll just go for a cheaper Pit of Shades, which this should do plenty. This should do plenty of damage. Wham. Wham, wham, wham. And now we'll notice that this does not kill nearly as many people. you can see it does lots of health damage. Like, a lot of people get hurt, and you notice they also run away. See, a lot of them are broken. They're not shattered, which means they can come back and continue fighting later. But they are broken, so each one of those spells has kind of their own benefits. But if you just want raw killing power, Black Sun is the best. And we've won this battle. It's just mopping up now. Just mopping up now. Didn't even really use our skeletons, which it isn't surprising. Isn't surprising. Basically, these 4 slots will eventually be replaced by vampire footmen. Vampire knights on foot. Who's left? Like 1 unit of swords, I think. It looks like no one's left to me. Ah. Some of them are coming back from their retreats. Highly unfortunate. For them, not for me. I'm fine. Summon some zombies for fun. I don't know. Just because I feel like it. Whoosh. The zombie power of casting is so good. They're one of the most powerful casting factions in my arrogant opinion. It's just such a good time. Just dominate people with magic. Wow, you really took some damage here. Why? Don't take damage. No one gave you permission to be hurt. There. And, Blood Knights. Go do something fun. Go have some fun. Go kill something. Knights to battle! Wham! The Blood Knights, of course, have a very powerful charge. Charge bonus of 118. It's literally in their description. A lot of people die when they charge. And they're decent at melee, too. They're going up against a spearman unit, of course, and spearmen do have... Well, it's interesting. They are designed to deal with people like Blood Knights. Anti-large bonus, charge defense against large foes. But the Blood Knights are just so superior to them. Blood Knights are just so much... They're just so much better than these puny mortals. They just don't have a chance. They just don't have a chance. There's no way. They shall bleed. Swordsmen are going to break pretty much immediately, I imagine. Here come the zombies. Arrgh. Brains. Brains. The gods have abandoned us. Easy peasy. Has anyone else returned that I need to go slap real quick? Because I feel like I won. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, they have a general. I didn't even see him. I was wondering, I was like, who is left? Oh, that's why she took so much damage. She's been getting shot. Yeah, it's one of those generals of the Empire that's like, it's a hybrid. Look, yeah. He's got a big old bow. Well, Vlad's gonna go, Vlad's gonna go have a word. And also, he's gonna flee because of the army losses penalty. When you lose like a certain amount of, units, the game goes, yeah, I think you're done. Game goes, alright, I'm gonna head out. He did a lot of damage to Vlad there, though. Look at that. Hit Vlad real hard. That's okay. Vlad can heal himself. You heard him. Victory is mine. Also, this guy has no melee attack now because I just removed it with the Hex, so... Let's take a look. He should have basically nothing. Yep. No, he must have had a lot... No, there it goes. Melee attack 1. Yeah, he shouldn't really be doing much damage to Vlad. Vlad may actually heal here with his hunger because he's in combat, so you can actually see him healing. So he's taking no damage and getting free health. Yeah. A unit has been wiped out. What unit? Oh, my zombie summon? Who cares? I'm just gonna let Vlad enjoy his duel. He's gotta have some fun, right? With his crazy glowing weapon here. The Hex has worn off, so this guy actually has damage again. He has 45 melee attack. It's not much. So melee attack and defense are your percentage chance rolls. Like, are you going to do damage with this hit? and your and that plays off of like damage, and that plays off of like, I think, oh god, how do I explain? There's a bunch of things that go into it, like ward save and armor, I think, and you know, their melee defense, and then you verse that against their melee attack, and you have a percentage roll for how effective it is, and no one knows the exact calculation, but it's mainly determines your hit chance, and then weapon strength determines how much damage you actually do. It's like this guy only has 45 melee attack, when Vlad has, you know, 62 melee defense and a bunch of armor, so he's a lot less likely to really hit us at all. As he decapitates him. You are one cold son of a bitch.
No one can stop me.
No one can stop me, he says.
Kneel before your
Think that's accurate. Give yourself a heal. Pat on the back. Just, you know, have some free health.
Vlad von Karstein.
It's great. Let him get a free heal. This is, by the way, one way you can cheese the game is you can use these invocations while your enemies are running from the battlefield. So if you have plenty of magic in reserve while people are running away, you can just basically heal up your entire army. And it actually used to be worse. It used to be it got nerfed, the invocation. I believe it used to be in the vanilla game that Invocation of Nehek, if you used the upgraded version, you can you can heal like 3 or 4 units at a time in like an area of effect. It used to be that just anyone inside the area of effect got the heal, period. So what you could do at the end of a battle is just slap all of your units into one little tiny mosh pit and just heal all 20 units all at the same time. It was incredible. Just every single battle, just everyone was healed all the way up. You just finish the battle, it'd be like losses 0, kills 8,000. But understandably, that was kind of cheesy. By kind of, I mean it was borderline cheating. By the way, did you know in the Twitch conditions I'm not allowed to broadcast extreme violence? Does Vlad's decapitation count as extreme violence? I mean, I would count it as extreme violence. I guess it depends on your definition, huh? Okay. Mesmerizing aura. Melee defense and attack +5. Well, we do want some, yeah. Ooh, Cloud of Horror. Ooh. Speed +15%. Vlad's about to be faster than some horses right now. And campaign movement range +10%. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, if we take the moot, I think that's all they have left, and we can vassalize them.
The Empire.
Which I'm mainly doing because it's funny. That's about it. Devourer of Light. The legendary lords in this game are fun. Their quotes and all that are a good time. We'll get Blood as Power. Income from cities +15. That's true. Doom is... There is no definition of extreme violence that doesn't fit Doom. Does this guy come with Invocation of Nehek? Okay, he comes with Invocation of Nehek, so he's actually potentially useful. I'm a little worried about this army under Marius. Isn't Marius the commander of Aberland? Ooh, he's the faction leader. If I kill him, we'll get another Blood Kiss. Ooh. But I'm a little worried about them skipping Oversteer and just going straight to Templehof because it's not well defended at all. But with Isabella, the Necromancer, and the really pitiful garrison, oof. Maybe we could win. That's a hard sell. At least if we do lose, we could give them a nosebleed. All I can hope for. Okay. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a charnel pit. It's for growth. Get ourselves upgraded gold mining for money. And no military buildings. Don't care about military. Military's dumb. Gold and happiness. Gold, happiness, and growth is all I care about. Let's not invest the money into this just yet. Until I know I'm not going to lose it. In turn. Extreme violence is whatever. Whatever the Twitch staff feels is extreme violence. I'm just looking at my settings. I have my like channel preferences open. Okay, we're just gonna lose Obersteer as usual. That's fine. I'm just looking at some of these like followers only. When enabled, followers must follow you for the specified amount of time before they're allowed to make clips of your channel. What? Who gives a shit? Only allow subscribers to make clips of your channel. Again, who gives a shit? What? How dare you clip content from my content to display on my own channel? Whatever. Dumb. A lot of things are dumb, though. Everything's dumb. Fuck people. Giant asteroid for president 2020.
Bring them death!
So again, I don't really care about all this. Just if they take it, they take it. Not really important to me. Alright. There they are. There he is. He's just been here the whole time, just chilling.
Approach me. Acknowledge that even Nagash could not better my law, and then we may.
You motherfucker.
Such a thing is
Yeah, he actually could be a threat to one of my small settlements. He could have taken Fort Obersteer if he'd moved on it fast enough. That's deeply concerning. They have 2 armies here. Ooh, I don't love it. Give me Raised Dead. There you go. Give me the zombies. I mean, if they want to build up, we'll build up. We'll be fine. And let me go ahead and immediately invest in our garrisons, and now we're broke. Okay. What do you mean settlement upgrade available? I have another one? I don't. No, I don't, you liar game. Okay, next turn we take the moot.
I will not obey.
You're not... I don't think he's the commander.
No, not like...
No, it's a different guy with the same face and hat. It's his twin, so we won't get a blood kiss for killing him. Okay.
I'd wither first.
Zelig Van Kruger. I don't know. I don't think I want to attack him. I think I want to focus on vassalizing the moot first. Although I'm sure, like, as soon as I vassalize these, they're probably going to get stomped by something. But, I mean, I get the blood kiss from it, so it's important. I think they just besieged it. They're going to take these settlements back. I don't care. It's not important.
On thy knees.
On thy
Then
knees.
shall I hear thine words?
What do you want? Non-aggression pact. All right. Hell yeah. That's one less threat. The dwarves to the south are not a threat now. That's awesome. I'm really pleased with that.
The von Garstein.
Castle Tempelhof is besieged. Imminent rebellion in Stirland. I don't give a shit. Follower gained Black Cat. Don't give a shit. My vampires are all leveling up. That's fine. What do I want you guys to get? Finish out your Purple Sun, so it's cheaper. -2. That's good. 24 cost instead of 26. Pit of Shades, that'll be -3 cost, so that's much cheaper now. And you're still catching up, so you need Arcane Conduit. Perfect. Okay, let's take this. And I believe we should be able to vassalize it. Or not. Why can't I vassalize this? Do I not understand the mechanics properly? Oh, we can't. It would have to be... Does it have to be our own race? Can vampire counts make imperial provinces vassals? Vassalized Lothern. That's elves. I don't understand. Sack it. Don't kill them. Let them live so I can figure out what the fuck is going on. Yo.
What? My hand hovers close to my blade.
Be a fucking vassal. Why won't you accept? I don't understand.
Disagree with that?
What does it mean?
King of Darkness, the world will be mine.
There is no reason why I should not be able to vassalize this.
Flood.
Do they have an army somewhere that I don't know
Deliver
about?
our missive and then get from my presence.
Who wants to fucking explain that for me? Because I don't fucking understand. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. They'll accept peace, but they won't accept vassalization as peace. I'm just looking it up real quick. I mean, it's honestly more of a roleplay thing than anything else, but I just want to do it. It's just fun. The more powerful your faction is. I mean, I'm one of the most powerful. I'm rank 4. I am one of the most powerful factions in the game. I don't fucking know. But we know it exists for the other vampires, at least. I guess it's just missing. Yeah, the easiest way to vassalize is to subjugate when you win a battle over their final settlement. Well, I fucking did, so I don't know what the fuck you want from me, game. Okay. Maybe you can only vassalize your own people. That doesn't make any sense at all. But okay. Okay. Whatever. Here. Take it, so I don't suffer attrition damage, I guess. That's not what I wanted. That's why I'm salty. Like, what the fuck? What is the point of this mechanic if I can only use it on other vampires? I'm gonna get a fucking comment in the YouTube comments probably when I upload. You didn't fucking... you didn't have the special building. Or tech. I don't think it's a tech. I've looked through this tech tree a number of times. I'm pretty sure it's not a tech or anything. There's a confederation tech for the wood elves, which is why I'm checking, but I'm pretty sure that's not what's going on. It may just be that I can't vassalize human factions. I wonder if they were technically military allies with another faction that I'm at war with. You can't make military allies with allies, like, of an enemy. Shouldn't matter, but maybe it matters. Fuck if I know, dude. Whatever. Let us get growth. And next turn we'll kill Mr. Zelig here. It's unfortunate. I set everything up exactly with that intention to do that, but whatever. At the very least, at the end of the day, the faction's eliminated, so whatever. Though were they? I think they were. I didn't pay attention if there was a message here saying their faction's gone. Maybe. Okay. Zelig has decided to commit suicide. All right. Well, bye. I'm not gonna fight that. Oh, I guess he lived even though he died. Okay. I mean, that is, you know, that is vampires for you. So did they actually die? Yeah, they're dead. They're gone. Okay, well, yeah. I got no excuses to make for the game. Shit seems broken, yo. Tremble. Decisive victory. Victory.
Into darkness.
I can take Averheim. That's the capital of these assholes, and I think it's fitting, don't you? Vengeance.
Lord of the
Got some
night.
levels. Level me up. Scotty, mesmerizing aura for +5 melee attack and defense is nice. Summoned forth. Don't care about White Kings. Don't care. That'll be important, but later. Not really that important, to be honest. Blood Knights are... I can't recruit infinite Blood Knights, so... that's useful, but not worth 2 skill points at the moment. So we will get... armor? I think armor is one thing where he's kind of lacking, and melee defense are the 2 things. So we'll get Knight. Melissa is done with Purple Sun. Has her Hellsteed. We'll start taking her down her melee combatant path then. She'll get Grave Ward, bleh, and Safeguard. One of the nice things about vampires is they're great magic casters, but they're also really good melee combatants, which is rare. Usually you gotta pick one. But no, these guys can get in melee and kick some ass, and they can also cast crazy magic on everything. Finish out your Pit of Shades. Get you on your Hellsteed. Pretty scary little force we have here. You know, the zombies and skeletons, not so much, but just the vampires and Vargeists alone do so much work. Yeah, they don't even have a chance. Just auto-resolve that. We'll just occupy this. This is a capital. I would like to hang on to this if I can, I guess. If I don't tax it, we can upgrade it. Not in 2 turns, but in numerous turns. Ooh, who's this? Nurg Goreclaw. He's a Minotaur. Cool. Cool. So these guys are going to be building some siege equipment, and they'll be coming after us. We'll have a siege defense. Defense. Maybe where I end up ending the stream off. Would be my thinking. No, I'm saying. Get some more charnel pit upgrades. Get your defenses ready, because these guys are going to come in, and just these few units alone can easily take an undefended settlement. So we want those. We're sacrificing income for security. My first campaign, we just kept losing all of my cities over and over again because they didn't have any defenses, and I would like to discourage it at least. Make it a little harder. See, look, he just ran in there. He may be going to raid that settlement. The bastard. So what are you doing? Don't raid there, you dick. Alright, so we got a quest for Vlad that wants us to recruit a vampire. Never mind the 3 vampires we have. Our rebellion and work bad happened. It damaged these buildings. I don't give a shit. You can have them. Let's see. I cannot actually recruit another vampire. I would have to kill one of my vampires off to recruit it. Okay. I will do that quest later then. It's not important right this second. Let's go ahead and get ready to take our territory back, I think.
All shall know me and tremble.
And I don't know. They may see Vlad coming and decide that it's too risky to continue their siege. That would be an ideal scenario, but I assume they'll be ready pretty soon to do an assault. They'll be like, oh yeah, our chances are good. We got this. We're fine. The truth is they're not fine, but you know, don't tell them. Cool. We can also upgrade Eschen's main chain building soon. That'll be great. Eschen and Waldenhof and Drakenhof will be very well defended soon. This pleases me. Not losing these core settlements makes life so much easier. So much easier. Alright. They're coming in. Chances of winning this battle, not the highest. Not the highest. A lot of Empire archers, which actually isn't great. I wish it was something else. Those may be able to arc shots over walls. We don't really have any defenses here. We don't have any walls set up because you have to have a level 3 settlement to get any like extra garrison buildings for your provincial capitals, which Castle Tempelhof, Castle Drakenhof, Altdorf, the one we just took a minute ago. Those are all main settlement buildings. This city also sucks to defend. The worst .jpg. And they have a mortar. Ugh. All of this is ugh. Okay. We have a level 1 Isabella and like a level 1 Necromancer. It's something, but it ain't much. I will gamble. I'll probably lose. You always lose. We won. Okay. You always lose except for when you win. Right. Remember taking this? Remember when things were good and life didn't suck? Yeah, this is just a shit settlement to defend. Look at this. So, how would I like to go about it? I mean, you know, ideally you'd be like, yeah, let's defend the town center, but they can attack from 2 sides on the town center. But, I mean, yeah, we'll probably defend the town center. It'll be best to clump them up as much as possible. Now, we still want to man the towers, and you have to actively have someone sitting in these zones to have the towers manned. The trick around that is to spread out a unit of zombies so they're covering all of the towers. A bit of cheese for you there. But it works, because I don't really want to defend the walls, but these guys will hold the walls for a while and give me some free kills, which is good. So, Isabella, Necromancer. Isabella at least has her ability for a -44 melee attack, and they both have Invocation of Nehek, which it'll help. Unfortunately, neither of them have the ability to summon zombies, which would really help in this scenario, but it is what it is. We have some bats. That's not actually bad. That means that wherever their mortar is, once they abandon it completely to commit to this assault, we should be able to take our bats and go kill them. Speaking of mortars, how bad is it? Okay, that mortar range sucks, actually. They're gonna have to come in close to the walls to actually mortar us. Now, besides that, let's just get a unit of zombies out to defend this pathway. Unit of zombies out to defend this pathway. Actually, just start stacking zombies, I guess. The battering ram is over here, so they should come stronger on this side. So we'll do it something like this. Should be okay. And that should be okay, and then we'll deploy our other units as needed. They don't really have much in the way of cavalry, so yeah, okay, whatever. Where's Isabella? There she is. And where is our Necro? He's over here. I don't know. I thought I'd put him in Unit 2, but okay. Whatever. He's Unit 4 now. Stop laughing. There's nothing funny about this. Motherfucker. Enemy reinforcements, of course. They have a very small force approaching. Don't target their towers. You're not going to be able to destroy the towers. Target the men behind the towers. Good. Because the towers are not going to get destroyed by these weak fort towers at all. But we might be able to, you know, do some free kills here. big fan of free kills, and all we're losing is zombies. Ooh. It'll also hold off some of the units on the walls for a hot minute, which, you know, shouldn't be underestimated. What was that? Oh, there's the mortar. Looks like they're aiming at these zombies over here. Their first shot missed horribly. No, they're aiming at the they're aiming at the zombie wall defenders. You would think it's the ability to raise zombies you can get at like their first level. The first time they level up, you can easily access it. They all come with Invocation of Nehek to raise the hit points, and you know, in fairness, like raising zombies is like raising a whole unit of zombies. This does actually resurrect dead combatants, so it kind of makes sense. It's like the basic ability, you know? It's sort of like raising zombies. It's just raising not a whole unit, but a couple individuals. They're babies. Baby necromancers. Yeah, look at that. We nearly wiped out the unit of spearmen. Look at all the bodies. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, you know, that's actually getting some good value out of the towers. Getting those crossbows down. Beautiful work. There's their commander, I think. I'm actually fine with targeting him. Getting extra damage on him, causing him to break would make our lives easier, I think. Rah. Archers shooting at us on the walls shouldn't be too effective. Kind of the point of walls. Now the only thing about this, I would take these mortars out, but they're only attacking the men on the walls right now. It's not that important, and these pistoliers here would defend the mortars, so they're going to have to move closer for me to commit to that. They do have some free company militia. These are pistoliers here. Those things kind of suck. They hit pretty hard. Or they can, rather. Close range skirmish units tend to do that. Javelins and the like. This is a very old looking tree. Why did we just leave this here? Maybe it's a haunted tree. Okay, so now they're up on the walls. Our towers will, you know, slowly go down as they take us down, but look at all the free kills we're getting. We've at least killed a few hundred people with these. Very, very worth it. Did some damage to the general. We're just staving them off for a bit. They actually, they might lose control of their battering ram. Yeah, it's almost not gonna make it to the fucking gate because they're gonna lose the unit. Yeah, no, there they go. Okay, they got it. Interesting design there for their battering ram. It actually kind of makes sense. Can't see the wheels. So you look into the inside. How about that? Okay. Zombies are gonna go down pretty soon here. They're really not worth a heal. They're really not worth a heal. The Empire swarming over the walls. Where's that gonna hit? Oh, okay. Still the walls. In front. Did they just hit their own battering ram? They sure did. Pistoliers have committed. Mortars are going down now. These bats might get shot by archers on the way out, but they should make it. It's really about the best use I can expect out of my bats, really. They're not really suited for this fight. Isabella von Karstein, she says. Well, good for you, la-di-da. Yep, those free company militia definitely shooting us. Pow pow. They didn't hurt too bad. I've been hurt worse. Both in-game and personally. Excuse me, what are you doing? They're caught on the rendering, I think. They're caught on the tower. They're like, this tower is an enemy, we must attack. I think that's actually what's happening. I think they're trying to attack the tower. Don't do that. That is not what I ordered you to do at all. Even a little. You're bad, and you should feel bad. I want to make sure none of them like slip through. Units will do that in this game. They're like, haha, we got through. You lose, you losers. I'm not too fussed about archers shooting my skeletons. They have shields. Not good shields, but Still shields. Squeak, say the bats. And it's fine. As they shoot us, we can just heal these units anyways, so it's fine. I may go ahead and debuff the Lord early, just so this has more time to recharge. And, you know, might as well, right? It's going to take him a long time to fight his way through these zombies anyways. There you go. How much melee attack do you have now, buddy? 11. Probably still enough to kill zombies if I'm being honest, but that's okay. Keep Isabella out of bow range. Put the Necromancer back here instead of Isabella, I suppose. This is what I didn't like about all these archers. So many of them. Oh shit, right, because they took the towers, they took the walls there. That tower's actually shooting at me now. What a waste. I wasn't paying attention, so that was a misplay. I just didn't notice they had this. I thought you guys moved faster than this. Are you like debuffed? They are like debuffed. Why? Why? Suppressed. I guess the towers have a suppression effect that slows units down. I didn't know that. That's good to know. I learned something today. I was like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be like 120 speed. What the fuck? I mean, they're not gonna kill anything successfully. Just tar pit a couple of archers so they can't do damage for like 3 seconds. And heal these skeletons. Boop. Oh no, you killed my skeletons. Oh la-di-da. I don't care.
Necromancer.
They're gonna be fine.
The living will join us.
They are gonna be fine. They didn't actually regenerate many entities there, but they got their health back. Most of it. Them shooting these zombies is actually a great... I'm actually really happy if they shoot the zombies, because the zombies have an inherent 30%... Here it is. Highly resistant to taking damage against ranged missile units. They have a 30% reduction in missile resistance, which is a lot more than most units have, for sure. Alright. Starting to get into the melee over here. This is just a bunch of pikes, though, and another general, I guess, so... you know. Not too fussed. My bats actually won over here. Interesting. I didn't expect that. I'll take it, though. I'm not mad. Cool. Cool. Well, they'll have to bring another ranged unit out here if they want to kill these bats. I'll just, tuck them into a corner, I guess. They can chill over here. No, you're not allowed to do damage against these skeletons. I mean, it's great. They're gonna waste their ammo. This orange bar here is their ammunition, and you can see they're blowing all their ammunition, and then they're just gonna be shitty melee units. And I mean, at that point, I have more melee units than they do, and I have my lords. Although Isabel just miscasted that fucking spell, so she just hurt herself like a dipshit, which is irritating. Let me go debuff that general again. Actually, let me go debuff another unit. Because zombies are so weak that I think getting these down to 0 melee attack will actually be more valuable than getting him down to 11. Because zombies have so little melee attack and defense. I mean, melee attack. See, melee defense of 9 is still less than 11, so getting him down to 11 maybe doesn't help. I don't know. I'm just theorizing there. What's that? You wanted to do damage? I don't think so. I think we're gonna heal. To be clear, they're gonna eventually, you know, like, I can't keep that up forever, but it's funny though. Are they actually gonna try to send someone out to deal with that? They might. I think he wants to. Look, he wants to kill those bats. He's like, I can hear the wings. The wings. It's fine. It's all good. This one's almost out of ammo. This one's kind of close. I think the answer to that is more. And these guys are going to be tired. See, they're going to be exhausted by the time they get through our zombies. And our zombies, remember, zombies, they're not there to do damage. They're there to waste time, to make them get tired, to get in the way, to absorb valuable missiles. Look, this crossbow is now basically useless. This one's about to be useless. Our zombies are doing their job by dying. Although the game's calculator for what a victory is won't think that. It'll be like, you are a loser. Alright, this one's got maybe a volley or two left. This unit right here does have missiles, but like they're having trouble really getting any good volleys off because they don't have an angle. Because of their men in the way right there. Pistoliers, they're also out of ammunition, so they're being used as melee units too. This guy's on a horse, so I'll pull another spear over here too. Lots and lots of spears is what we want there. And swords is what we want here. So pull this over here. You can pull over here. You weakened ones can also pull over here. What's over here is less of a threat overall. I'm more worried about the general and all of his swords. This crossbow's also out of ammunition. Perfect. Marvelous. Okay, these crossbows still have some ammunition. Nah, you're not allowed to shoot. Okay, those are crumbling. Let's go ahead and get in there now. Finally start committing. And Isabella, go ahead and get him. And now let's go ahead and we're actually going to have Isabella engage with him. And she can heal herself if she needs to. I wouldn't be surprised if she can kick his ass even as a level 1. But maybe not. Hard to tell. It's always hard to figure out the exact balance of everything. I guess theoretically a melee general of the Empire that's a couple levels should be able to beat Isabella. But not with her healing, I don't think. We're going to make sure she stays healthy the whole time. Actually, I'm not even going to use her to heal in case she miscast. I'll actually use the Necromancer to heal her. So there you go. Bam. Toss in another spear. There you go. We routed these crossbows, and we will continue to chase them until they shatter so they don't come back. Can't take out these close quarters infantry because they'll be able to beat the bats, no problem, so don't want to use those. And we're just going to let them keep slowly grinding through our skeletons and zombies and stuff here. I'm content with just letting these guys grind through and not win. I'm gonna want to break this side, rather. More than anything. I guess I'll also throw my Necromancer in there. I don't think he's gonna be like a competent melee combatant. No, he just doesn't have any... He has a lot of defense, but not much attack. And he has like no armor, so nah. I'm not gonna throw him in. I don't think he'd do well. Just looking at his stats. And that's where you start picking up the game pretty well, is looking at these stats at a glance and kind of starting to understand, like, okay, 65 melee attack and 55 melee defense, pretty good. Pretty good. 81 armor, pretty good. Maybe not against someone who does AP, but pretty good. If she gets about 60% health or so, we'll probably give her an early heal. But it looks like she'll be able to remove his melee attack. So, bam. And now, basically, he probably won't really be able to hit Isabella anymore. So, yep. Oh, he's taking hits now, for real. We may not be able to kill him because he's on a horse. That'd be my guess. With our bats, we might be able to, though, if he tries to run. So, let's keep the bats ready out here. Because I'm guessing he'll rout before we kill. Let's go ahead and give Isabella a heal. Our Necromancer miscasted there. She's also poisoned. She was poisoned by something there. I don't know who's doing poison damage for the Empire. I guess it has to be Marcus. Marcus, of course, is trying to escape. Yeah, he has too much health to kill him, I think. Well, 595 is a bit... How many people has he taken down? He's taken down almost 100. Where's he going? If only we had a way to do damage to him. This is why having a Mage of Death is always great. They can just do their Spirit Leech. And he would go down. He seems to be getting stopped by his own men here, instead of fully breaking. I might be able to work Isabella through and get a kill on him. What is the speed comparison? Because vampires are fast. 54 speed versus 72. Yeah, even with a 25% bonus, it'd be close. So not worth using magic to speed Isabella up, I think. But he's running back and forth, so yeah, we might just be able to hunt him down. Someone put on the yakety sax. Someone put on the yakety sax. Okay, I think he's really running now. For realsies. Get him! No! No, get him! Bats. Bats, you see the bats. You don't wanna fight the bats, you wanna run. You wanna run? Come on, come on, you know you wanna run from the bats. Nah, he's not changing his direction. Oh, he is, but not how I want him to. Okay, alright. If you can kill him, great. If you can't, it's fine. Heal thyself. That's probably the last heal I'm giving to Isabella. And now it's just the grind. Now it is just the grind. Which I suspect will win. If we could kill him, it'd be so much better, but the issue with having flying units try to catch cavalry is, like, if you watch them try to do this, they're not going to actually attack much. They're just like, you know, it's fine. We'll just let him escape. He's good. And you're like, no, that's not what I want you to do. What I want you to do is definitely not nothing. But that is what you're going to do, isn't it? And of course, like, bats don't have any real melee attack. See, like, they just hover above him like a fucking idiot. Worthless. Okay, so he's gonna live. There you go. These close quarters infantry now no longer have melee attacks, so when the bats get there, they'll rip them up. We're going fine here. Just slowly grinding them down. One way to do vampires is just outlast your enemy. They don't have the stamina. They're exhausted. We're getting exhausted too. But we don't really have the morale issue. If our morale goes too low, we break and crumble, but, you know, we keep fighting until we actually go down. They run. They're useless. I could maybe throw a heal on the bats. Yeah, fuck it. Sure. Enjoy. Nom 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 nom. Actually still taking a lot of damage, all things considered. Die faster, you fucks. 1 power per 20 seconds, yeah. I just need to get this done so that so that we can move on to better targets. Take these out. Because we are slowly dying. Let's send in some fresh troops. Let's go ahead and send in the Necromancer too. Might as well. His lady. Are you gonna rout or not? There they go. Fucking hell. Alright, bats. It is your job to make sure those don't come back. Now Isabel will attack from the rear and hopefully rout them. It says Lord died recently. I don't think either have died. I think he routed. Pretty sure he didn't die. It may count the same though. Yeah, Lord fled recently. There we go. I just didn't read it. I can't read. What up? I'm Jared. I'm 19 and I never fucking learned how to read. Yeah, there we go. There's that chain route. But I would like you to actually run away though, if you don't mind. If it wouldn't be too much trouble. Okay, those are shattered, so they're gone forever. Forever. Those are routed. Those are routed. Die. Alright. Send in fresh troops over here. These guys are only steady. They're not even, like, confident of their abilities anymore. The fools. Isabella's pretty tired. Tired of your bullshit. Necromancer's doing okay, I guess. He's probably not gonna do much damage, but he exists, so he's doing something, I'm sure. He's getting some kills. Isabella's done a decent job. These skeletons have 100 kills here. Not bad. Not bad. Stubborn motherfuckers, aren't they? Rout, you shits. See, that's the difference between the Lord dying and the Lord routing. It's a lot better when they just die. Die. Okay, don't act like you're about to rout from... You're fighting people that are running away. Don't do that shit. I hate it when that happens in Total War games. They're like, I don't know, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't kill this thing that's running from me. It's so scary. Still my beating heart, he says. Okay. He's got jokes. Of course, our skeletons and the like are very slow, so the odds of being able to really chase stuff off the field kind of low. Kind of low. But kill what you can, catch what you can. Do what you gotta do. Isabella, I guess go ahead and toss a heal on yourself because you're gonna exist after this, and I guess you toss a heal on yourself as well for the same reason. And it's like, you loser! You have lost. You suck so bad. And I'm just like, game, you told me I was gonna get my ass beat. I mean, I think I managed that fairly well. Wells Fargo wants me to know that they've increased my spending limit. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna spend like $5,000 in a day, but okay. I can't buy a house. I'm too busy eating avocado toast, according to that one guy. I say guy, I mean prick. 72 kills on Isabella ain't half bad, all things considered. She acquitted herself well. Obviously, I think it's pretty clear if we had not had some kind of lord there that was decent, we would have got our asses beat. We'll take cash, thank you very much. I would like the cash option. I like money. Let's see. Let the turn end. Get a lay of the land. Imminent rebellion over here by the moot. Who gives a shit? The game just keeps asking me to care about things I don't care about. Get Grave Ward. I mean, I do want to punish them. Let's punish them. That seems fun. I'm actually going to do it manually because I'm going to amuse myself with this. This is, I think this will be the last battle of the stream. I do think. I've put on, hopefully, a decent show, but I do feel like shit, so finish it off, and then I'm gonna go basically pass out for probably the rest of today into tomorrow. I'm hoping I feel well enough tomorrow to work, and I'm gonna take off early to go have someone probe my brain for COVID. Woo! I'm so excited about it, can't you tell? Okay, so you're gonna kill this one. And the rest of you are gonna do this one. Actually, you know what would be kind of funny? Yeah. Just swarm him with zombies, every single zombie. Blood Knights and bats. We must have blood. Don't we all, though? Just, I mean, what a humiliating way to die for a supreme warrior. Now, to be clear, I could kill him with a single cast right here, but it'd be funny. He's gonna try to get away. He's like, no.
Your desire?
Alright, fine. He's not gonna let me have fun. Whap. It's just fucking killed him with one sword stroke. I love it. I'm a big fan. I know you can't get away in time. So, goodbye. I'll just leave the zombies to handle this one. That's a crappy way to go, man. All right. Everyone else move up. Your time has come. That is not a great way to go, y'all. They're trying, you know, I respect their effort, but it ain't gonna work. Blood Knights, go have fun. You said you needed to go have blood, go have blood. Can you tell I'm not taking this entirely seriously? I don't need to. They don't really have anything that can threaten me all that much, to be honest with you. Can you reach with this? Yeah. Give me a double Pit of Shades. We are the new order. Rip those guys. Where's Vlad? Vlad. There you are. Go kill him, I guess. He's not even really a general. I thought they had actual generals. I thought they had 3. Like the reinforcements from the city, and then these guys, and then some other guy. That just looks like a unit of swordsmen. That's just swordsmen with extra steps. Their spears look larger than they actually are on this like pixelated model here. Like if you look at their little tiny pixelated spear points, they look like they're like 2 feet above their head, and then when you zoom in, it disappears, and it's like smaller. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. I blame being tired. Don't you fucking shoot me. Who the hell do you think you are? Ooh. Hey, we can use pendulum here. There you go. Now you can see this. There you go. You saw it. I never get a good cast off on that one. I always seem to estimate like the length of it incorrectly. Never quite get it right. I think I started too early usually. See, it kind of goes behind. Well, that's good. I think the issue is that like if you look at the cast, it like starts like here in the middle, and it actually starts the cut a little early. So I position my, you know, wind attacks like that early by default, and then it ends up being super early, so the edge of the attack doesn't hit where I planned it to hit. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Nom 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 nom. Delicious. Really did not have to try very hard there. Oh no, my bats took a tiny amount of damage. I'm sorry, bats. It's a little surprising that bats don't have the hunger. They'd be a lot more powerful. They should have an ability called like the tiny hunger. The adorable hunger. In fairness, these bats are about as large as a person. So, you know, maybe not the cutest. Cutest in context of the game, though. My Blood Knights here getting free heals off of chasing away fleeing soldiers. Isn't that just disgusting? Don't you just love that? Such bullshit. I love it so much. I enjoy the vampires for that reason. Like, they have so many ridiculous powers. Decisive victory. Oh, it's not a Pyrrhic victory game? Well, la-dee-da. Whoops. Okay, shut up, OBS. I closed my stream settings window and OBS is like, excuse me, sir. That's illegal. One kill each on these zombies. You'll notice, like, Vlad never really has a very high kill count. He's really just not for that. His job is just to kill the important guy. He can do better if he has, like, Wind of Death. That's a pretty effective attack, but it's the same kind of attack as the Penumbral Pendulum, so I can never get away with it. So I focus on things that I can get away with. Well, they have been thoroughly punished. All they have left is Grensdots, which is usually pretty well defended, but not at this time. So next time I play this campaign, I'll probably loop back around and take them out, which will be amusing. And then I'll be upset because I probably still can't vassalize them. But yeah, that worked out all right. Everyone has a ton of levels we could spend and do stuff with, but as I said before, I am tired. Whoa, that's not how I spell. There you go. I can't type the whole sentence. Oh well. Alright, folks. I'm going to go ahead and head out. I'm going to sleep, take my temperature again, and see if it's gone up or down. Hopefully down. Take some more Tylenol, ibuprofen. And I'll see you guys next time. I am hoping to be online streaming, specifically, more than I have been in the past, because it's enjoyable to have the little interaction with people in the live context. So hoping to do that more with a variety of games, not just this game, though. This is kind of my heroine at the moment. I've been really digging this at the moment and I'm enjoying it, so I may continue with this for a few times. But yep, I will see y'all, and y'all take it easy. All right, have a good one, stay safe.